Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's ready for a really fun show. We are on the eve of Splatoon Raiders as everybody starts the process of going through that game. I thought I was going to get mine today. I thought I was going to have mine in hand. They told me it was, but apparently it is not here yet. So that is one excuse to get my lazy ass up and go get it out of a store sometimes, huh? I think we've all become complacent to that, but I'm Zoo with Flipping the Switch, and Switch After Dark's kind of my newer project, but welcome to a very special Liquored Up Live. I'm going to go ahead and get to it. I'm going to introduce our guest. She'll tell you where you can find her. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself, and most importantly, what the hell is she drinking tonight? So, Gamer Gal, off to you.
Hi, NGG is what most people call me on the socials. I'm N Gamer Gal. I stream kind of 3 times a week on my channel and usually 1 video a week. I usually do reviews, collections, like anything collecting on the Switch. Usually I do. And what am I drinking? I'm testing. I've never tried this, so if I give an awful face, well, the stream, I'm testing Malibu. I was gifted a bottle, and I was like, all right, I'll try it.
Now, is that the pineapple or is that the coconut?
It says it's coconut.
Coconut rum. Okay, the coconut. Yes. Malibu has an excellent coconut rum. I think you'll like it because the two kind of flavored rums in my neck of the woods. It's Malibu and it's Parrot Bay. Okay. And they're both good, but I like the Malibu coconut rum better. I think it's got the better flavor. So that's pretty good. I will
say I don't usually drink hard liquor. I was gonna go to the store and pick up. I'm like a sweets drink kind of person. I don't like sweets normally, but in my drinks, so I was gonna pick up what is it called? Oh shoot, it's the only one I like. It's like it was a green apple flavor too. Dang.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'll give you some other ones to be on the lookout for that you might love if you like the sweet drinks. Midori, which is
Midori sours.
Yeah, Midori is one of my go-tos for sweeter drinks. I also really love Dom B&B's, particularly not the Benedictine. It's too sweet, so you might like that. But Dom B&B, which mixes part Benedictine with part Benedictine liqueur and part cognac, and it's really fucking good. So though that's definitely yeah, we'll definitely have to. If you haven't tried that, try that. And then, do you like hazelnut?
I guess I do. I mean, I'm not a nutty flavor drink person per se, but I do like drink. What is it called? I mean, like eat the Nutella. So I'm assuming I like hazelnut if I can eat that.
Yeah. Frangelico's is really good in coffee. It's a hazelnut liqueur.
Oh, okay.
And it's terrific in coffee now. Hey, Rush Dog's in the house, and we've got Divine Cummings VTuber. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. He says, I'm just trying to support as much as I can while at work. Yeah, that has been my life this whole month. This month can go to hell, man. I'm ready for July to be done because I don't know what the hell has happened in the world, but like sales have exploded. It's a good and a bad problem to have, but it means I can't finish my fucking video. It means I have to rigidly schedule a live stream. So, on one hand, the bonus is going to be really good. On the other hand, I want my life back. So, Rush, what is she drinking? If you missed it, she is drinking Malibu coconut rum that she's going to be breaking open. And what am I drinking? I am drinking my standard, just Blanton's tonight. Gotta love it. Although once I finish with my Blantons, I might switch over to a sweeter drink, and I might do me a Midori sour up in honor of Nintendo Gamer.
Oh yes, do the sour for me. I love my sour drinks, like apple sours, all the apple flavor sours.
There's another Japanese, like it's a plum liqueur that's pretty fucking good too. It's not super sweet, but it's really good. So there's some really good stuff going on. So. Divine Cummings VTuber says inflation/tariff from what all these companies are claiming. But to be fair, Nintendo has been lying about tariffs just to inflate their numbers. So it's all corporate greed, especially on the PlayStation side. Well, we're definitely going to talk about PlayStation greed now. in terms of the tariffs, I do kind of feel like we're yelling at the wrong people as far as that goes. I don't think that. So if you break that down, even if they were to pay back like they're doing, you would get, it would be dollars. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that nobody's going to do it because we live in a capitalism. And when you buy the product at the store, you have what's called a contract of adhesion to buy. And so basically, when you buy the game, you are basically adhering to, hence the adhesion to, hey, I looked at this game, I'm paying this price at the register, I have consented to this transaction. So it's not considered extortion; it's considered a contract of adhesion. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to win anything. I think Nintendo once again is the bad guy because they were the first to file. I don't think you're going to see any companies paying out for that. Only one, FedEx, has actually said they're going to pay people, and I'll fucking believe it when I see it. Now what burns my ass about it is that the consumer always does lose in these little slap fights between companies and governments. It just seems like we always are left holding the fucking bag, and that's frustrating. But yeah, in this particular case, it's hard for me to be mad at Nintendo. And trust me, I'm the guy. If there's a reason to be mad at Nintendo,
oh no.
but I gotta defend them on that because in this narrow case, I don't think this. They're acting like every other company, and they've got a case. It's like, hey, okay, yeah, we raised the prices on select products for tariffs. Did you buy the fucking product in the store? Okay, then. Have a nice day. You know, it's kind of what.
I feel like Nintendo used to be, not now, obviously, but they used to be a better company, and they could have, as a good faith, 10% off for like maybe a month off of like the physical products that they had put tariffs on in the past, and that even if you didn't specifically get your money back, it would have been like, all right, we raised the price. Like, say, like I love Amiibo, and the price of Amiibo shot up to like $40.
Well, there's no excuse for that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. There was no excuse, which is why I didn't buy them at no $40. But as a good faith, they could have 10% off their Amiibos for like a certain, like a month or two to like not compensate, because we're never gonna get compensation, but at least like a good faith, like, all right, we know that we raised it as a good faith effort. We'll give you 10% off, even, and 10% off is not even how much we paid in inflation. This is actually very good.
Oh, the inflationary is constant. What are we thinking of that?
It's good. I don't usually do hard liquor, but this is good. I curse a lot. So
me too. Hey, you're in good company.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'll rate it in, but like,
no, there's no reason. Not on this fucking show. Are you kidding me?
Okay, good.
There is absolutely no reason to rate it in. Fuck you. You were right into the liquored up live culture. You're drinking. You're cussing. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I think I feel like if they would have done that, something. But like all these companies are like giving us the big finger, and I'm like, all right, but when your customers start doing it back, don't fucking complain.
Will we do it back though? That's the only problem with gamers.
I mean, I will say I did for a while. Okay, so if you know nothing about me, I used to do monthly hauls. I used to buy lots of games monthly. Yeah,
I've seen some of those. They're yeah.
So I would do monthly hauls, and I will say that after December, like after the price, like the tariffs and all that stuff, and all the price hikes and all that stuff, when I will say that the Street Fighter Amiibo were like $40. Those were the ones that went up the highest for some reason. And I was like,
Street Fighter fans are crazy.
I guess. I know. I look, this wall of Amiibo, this is just a quarter of the Amiibo I own. Right? It's not even all of the Amiibo I own. And I had a full collection before December. After all that stuff started happening, I didn't buy them. I waited till like the Street Fighter Amiibos went down to like normal $15 prices before I would even pick it up. So I like, even though I bought them at the end of the day, I didn't buy them at that inflated price. So it was a like, you're not gonna get the $40 you want from me. You'll get $14.99. How's that?
Yeah, I'll catch it when it goes in the Bomba bin. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like
Like,
I might not have a complete collection because of that, but I'd rather not have a complete collection and save my coins than have a complete collection and be in the in the poorhouse.
no, I totally realize that. So you'll be, as a longtime amiibo collector, you'll be amused at my amiibo collection. My amiibo collection is currently an army of one, and it's not even here yet. It is Big Man.
Oh,
I
you wait,
ordered
you
my.
you got this
That's the one that's yep. That tactical Big Man. That's the one that's coming. Yep.
one? Nice.
So I have one amiibo. The girlfriend threw a fit about it, but
Why?
toys don't belong in the house with the adult stuff. It's in the back office here with me.
Uh,
So I'll have to fit him in somewhere, but we will do it. But before this, I'll never forget, and I was so wrong on. I was so fucking wrong on this. I believe Rush Dog actually was there at the time. This is like old school Zoolore. So this is back in like the SNES Hub, like writing days. Remember when we used to do that on the internet? We used to fucking write shit? Like long time ago. But I famously said when Amiibos showed up, and I was like a traditionalist Nintendo guy, and I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? And I'm like, Amiibos need to die in a fire. There's no way any grown ass adult. That's what I said. I said, there's no way grown ass adults are going to spend money on little toys. And boy, was I the wrongest fucking guy in the world on that.
I will say I am also a Toys to Life collector, especially specifically with the Skylander amiibos. The Skylander figures. That's what started like me picking up the amiibos, because I went into the Skylander collection like hard. Like I was in Toys R Us when it existed over here almost every week, just looking for the ones that were hard to find, were rare, because I didn't have them. So like I started with Skylanders and then quickly shifted over to Amiibo when Skylanders became a non-thing.
Well, you guys saw the future there, and I was blindsided. And to this day, I think Nintendo in particular had the winning formula. But man, oh man, that is one of those things where that's like the Super Zoo eats crow on that, because I'm like, there's no way people, these are adults. There's no fucking way. And it's like, yep, sure enough. And now I fucking have one. So I could not resist the call of Big Man.
No, nobody resists the call of Big Man. And then later on, you'll have to answer the call with with the other ones.
I feel like Big Man is the greatest Nintendo character in the last, I'm going to say 15 years. Nintendo, I don't know what happened post GameCube, but like you had like Bowser Jr. and you had Petey the Piranha Plant. And you're like, what the fuck are these characters? These garbo ass. And then along comes Big Man, and I'm like, yeah, aye, man, there he is. There's my dude. There's Big Man right there. So let's take a look real quick here. Let's see what we got, because they're piling up on us a little bit. And this is another common trend. These are super chats. We read them all. And they dictate the show. So if there's a ton of these, they're going to derail us. But that's okay. So let's see here. If anything, I blame Nintendo for an $80 game key cards. True. Because all that did was have PlayStation with the Monaco looking at the diamond of Nintendo being like, you know what? That's a great idea. Yeah, and then they said, hold my beer. So,
dang.
Like, somehow they made, and that's what I was just talking about this on Nintendo Prime's podcast yesterday. I'm like, motherfucker, Sony, you made game key cards look less awful, and now I can't even bitch about game key cards anymore like I used to.
I can. I still bitch about them.
And we should. No. I'm a temporarily embarrassed key card hater, but I'm going to get over that. I promise you. I promise you I'll be back to hating them as soon as another fucking game that I want in my collection comes on a fucking key card. Elliot was brutal. Fatal Frame 2, the Crimson Butterfly was brutal. Street Fighter brutal, man.
Pocopia for me. I love
Pocopia, just rip your heart out. Like, it's like,
real.
I will not buy them. I will not buy a game. I will not buy them. I will tell you, my spending has also gone down since the Switch 2. It's starting to pick up again, but it's nowhere near Switch 1 levels, and I don't know if it ever will be, as long as we keep getting these fucking key cards, man.
For real. Well, I mean, they're starting to now. I think now the publishers are starting to realize people aren't really buying key cards.
No.
I mean, there are the outliers like the Final Fantasy VIIs and the Resident Evils, but
those are outliers.
Those are the outliers. That's not the that's not the formula.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy VII was priced good. Like Final Fantasy VII is one of those games. Now, not post Oblivion, I don't give it this pass anymore, because if you can fit that unoptimized Oblivion 125 gigabytes of spaghetti code, if you can get that on a Switch card, I don't want to hear anybody anymore about we can't get these on a cart. You're lying. Right. Oblivion is on a cart. The excuses are over. The Oblivion Remastered is on the cart. But what I will say is, prior to that, when I looked at the Final Fantasy VII game key card, and I said to myself, I said, okay, this is a 70-plus gigabyte game, so I can't even fit on the 64 gigabyte card. It could. It's called optimization. It'll do it. Right. But, okay, theoretically, it's bigger than 64 gigabytes. They're not going to optimize. We know that. So, it's priced at $40. It comes with magic cards, Final Fantasy magic cards. That's a pretty fucking good deal. I'm not going to buy it, but yeah. I respect it as much as I can a key card. A game like that, okay, sure, prior to Oblivion. But Elliot game, fucking Elliot game, or every time I see that game, I can't think of E.T. Elliot. You know, but Elliot game can't fit on a 2D HD game. You can't get that on a fucking card. Street Fighter 6, you can't get that on a fucking card. Get out of here.
It's Square Enix. It's the big. So I was talking about this on a podcast I did. Is that the Square Enix, because they rack in so much money and they're like, oh, people are gonna buy our games regardless whether they're on a key card or they're on a true physical. That's why they don't care. And to be fair, like I said, those are the outliers. So they're right. People are buying them. Not me, but people are buying them. And I'm like, oh, that's effing sucks that people are like, come on, if you stop, to convince the world to stop buying effing key cards. Like, come on. If everybody does it, they'll stop doing it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're already seeing the smaller publishers. They're going to cards because they're like, man, we're getting bit hard on this shit. So, they're seeing it. Rush Dog says those amiibos shot up in price and then shot right back down. Yep, they went in the bomba bin. Well, I don't know if they went in the bomba bin. Nintendo really, really likes to avoid the bomba bins. They do not like their products in the bomba bins. That's one thing that Nintendo. I'll never forget how shocked they were when, I think it was Spirit Tracks, a Legend of Zelda game, ended up in the bomba bins. And when Kirby Air Riders ended up in the bomba bins. I still have pictures when I saw from that back in the day. And it's just like Nintendo, I can tell you, they do not like that. It's not a good look for their prestige in their game.
Right. I think with the Street Fighter amiibo, though, those were specifically produced by the publisher themselves. And that's why they shot down so much faster than any of the other amiibo have.
Right.
At least that's what my theory. That's my working theory, because I notice anything Nintendo tends to keep its price, but anything third party, those go down in price.
It's always shocking when anything Nintendo ends up in the bomba bin. They don't like it. They really don't.
I will say I bought Metro Prime 4 for $35.
I'm sorry.
And I was like, huh? He said, I'm sorry. I haven't opened it yet. Is it bad?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, thankfully, I only paid $35.
I'm doing it. Hold on. No, I that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on myself. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. I haven't played it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played it. I'm talking about a game I haven't played. It is so offensive to my sensibilities as a Metroid player, that will not change, though, is what I will say. So I won't say it's bad. I will say that as a Metroid fan, I am thoroughly uninterested in it.
Oh, no. I've never played a Metroid game, so I bought it just because I'm interested in the Metroid games. I have the other ones. I bought the other Prime one that was on Switch, and I also bought the Dread. I forget
Dread
what
is
it's called.
Dread is my. Ironically enough, Nintendo on the Switch has now produced my favorite and one of my least favorite Metroid games.
Oh no!
Metroid Dread is by far my favorite Metroid of all time now. Metroid Prime 4, I am uninterested in. I haven't played it, and that's because I learned my lesson from Other M. So, no. But, yeah, Dread is excellent. I will say that you might actually, coming at this from a less rigid perspective, you might like Metroid Prime 4.
Should I play that one before I play Dread then?
Dread is just I don't know anybody who's going to play Dread and not like it, unless you really don't like hard as balls Metroidvania games.
I don't know if that I've experienced enough Metroidvanias to know whether I like them or not.
Okay, yeah. So this game is going to be. Do you like Halo?
No, I've never played it. I can't say I don't like it because I've never played it, but I've never been interested in playing it either.
My understanding is that Metroid Prime 4 is a perfectly serviceable first-person shooter with Metroid trappings. That's my understanding. Rush Dog can tell you a lot more about the problems and positives of Metroid Prime 4 because he's played the fucking game.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't usually like first-person shooters only because they give me headaches. So I don't tend to like. If it's something that I'm interested in, which is the Metroid series themselves, then I'll get the first-person shooter. But I tend to shy away from anything first-person shooters just because I have like about a half an hour of playtime before I have to turn it off for the night.
Yeah, Player Essence is like that too. He'll play first-person games and it fucks with his head. I think there's a certain segment of the population they just it messes with him. My dad was like that too for a while, and then he finally was able to figure it out. And Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare happened. He was obsessed with that fucking game.
Oh no, his body figured it out.
Well, his soul just needed to play that game for whatever reason. So. Let's see. Rush Dog says no one bought the Street Fighter amiibo at full price. VTuber says Street Fighter fans are in hibernation until the Tifa DLC comes out in December. I'm excited for Tifa. I am excited for Tifa, but I got to tell you, the thing that is a longtime Street Fighter fan myself, the thing that always rattles my gears is when we get that new amazing character, when we get that thing we didn't know we needed. As cool as it is to see legacy characters, I'm less on the guest shots, but I am excited for Tifa just because it's Final Fantasy VII. But I want the next Jury. That's what I want. I want that brand new character to show up and just rock my fucking world with Street Fighter, right? Now, Tifa is... maybe this is a hot take. Hell, this might be a nuclear take. I don't know. But with Tifa, Tifa is... If you put her in Final Fantasy VII, her whole thing is that she is a martial artist. She uses her fists and techniques around martial arts in a game that has magic and swords and gun arms. And so the martial arts is really cool, and it makes her stand out in that setting, right? Tifa, and you put her into Street Fighter, Tifa is just another martial artist. That's kind of the way I view it. But what do we think?
I mean, okay. So, I'm not a huge fan of fighting games, I will say. Right. So, there are, spotty, ones that I'll play here and there. But, I think... I don't know. I don't think... I can't get behind that opinion. Only because, I don't... Okay, this is a hot take for sure. Right. Final Fantasy VII is not my favorite Final Fantasy Fantasy. It's for me, it's mediocre at best.
What's your favorite?
6. 6 is the best one.
Give this lady a round of applause.
So, coming from 6, because I played them when they were coming out. So, coming from 6 to playing 7, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. It's the same way I felt about 8. I missed 9, so I can't tell you what my take on 9 was. But it was the same way I felt about 8. It was like, oh, this is okay. It's fine. It's just fine. Literally, to my thing, it was like, it's just fine. Now, will I still play them? Yes, I'll still
Yeah,
play
it's
them because
good.
I'm a
It's
big
good.
Final Fantasy fan. But yeah, no, I think 6 is if you're talking story, like just story alone, not graphics, because I know back then it was like the hot thing. I'm not a graphics person, but like just story. The story of FF6 is like 10 times, 20 times better than the one of 6, no matter like what setting you put it in. At least to me. It had the most unique characters, the most well thought out character storylines. Like, I feel like they're just putting a bunch of people together and hodgepodging them together and not giving us a background to a lot of these characters. And I'm like, all right, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, I guess. And that's just
Final
my
Fantasy
opinion.
VI is an absolute peak experience.
Mm.
That game is incredible. I actually just recently almost finished 7. I'm at the crater now. For the first, just very recently have I limped nearly over the finish line in 7, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "This is what everybody fucking talks about, like
Right,
this fucking mama's boy."
right,
Like
right.
you guys seriously need to be introduced to Kefka. They will break you of this fucking pathetic mama's boy. This is the villain everybody holds. He's a fucking mama's boy.
Right. Crying over spilled milk for reals
Like
at that point.
Kefka. Not only does Kefka not a mama's boy, Kefka gets it done, man. He gets it done. And what's amazing about I love Kefka so much. I hate him and I love him. Like Kefka is just watching Kefka's evolution throughout that game from a corner cutting clock watcher, because that's what he is when he starts the game. He like resents the position he's in. He just wants to get the fucking shit done as quick as possible and get home. Like he's a clock watcher. He's that employee who's waiting for 6:53 so he can clock out 7 minutes early. That's who Kefka is when this shit starts. And watching him grow in power without changing that fucking attitude is one of the most terrifying evolutions of a villain I've ever seen. He's growing in power, but his attitude is not changing at all. In fact, it's getting worse as it goes on. And it's a hell of a thing. So yeah, I could talk about Final Fantasy VI forever. The Esper system, the fucking characters, the opera scene, and how the opera scene by itself is like an entire microcosm of that whole ass fucking game.
All right, wait. Here's my question for you.
Okay.
Did you play both opera scenes in FF6, the Super Nintendo version and the PlayStation version?
I never played the PlayStation version. Is it different?
Yeah, they actually have like cutscenes, like
oh, I'm gonna have to
actual cutscenes. Like what? So, because I played the original Super Nintendo version like 3 times, and then I got it on the PlayStation, and I played it, and I was like, "What is this? What is this?" I think they changed some of the characters' hair color in that version, but not. I don't know how Cecil. I don't forget how to name her name. How to say her name, but whatever her name is, they didn't change her hair color. I think they changed the other ones, but I was like, oh my god, this is so great with cutscenes and everything. It added to the experience.
I'll have to check that out. Also, because you're a Final Fantasy VI head, I just posted a link in our chat.
Mm-hmm.
I posted it in the wrong chat. Shit, I posted it in the actual live chat, but that's okay. They can experience the greatness of this too, so that's fine. How the fuck do I get over to our private chat? Let's see comments.
I think.
Anyway, yeah, check the live chat. I just posted a Sidlexia link. If you've never been to this website, it's an old school gamer's paradise, and he does amazing things. Like this is Final Fantasy VI, an epic poem. He takes the story of Final Fantasy VI and he makes an epic poetry out of it.
Oh, nice. I'll check it out after the stream, obviously.
Yeah, it's very fucking cool if you're a Final Fantasy VI wonk. It's awesome. All right, looking to see where we were at here. What about Street Fighter amiibos? Street Fighter fans in hibernation. Somehow we got on Final Fantasy VI, but there's never a bad time to get on Final Fantasy VI.
There never is.
Tifa Street, just the game. Oh my god, I love how the dungeons are so unique too. Like one dungeon is a fucking town. Like the way they just take things you wouldn't even think of. That's a dungeon now. That town's a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And the linear nature of the story pace of the first round and then the second round is basically an open world game.
For reals.
Like it's
It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that about me. I'm trying to beat all the Final Fantasies as my goal, but 6 is like my favorite so far, and I'm trying to see if anything beats it right now. But nothing so far that I've played has not.
What are you up to?
Pedestal. I'm on. So I'm on 2. I jumped a little bit, so I skipped 9. I'm going back for the remakes and remasters of 7. I'm doing the MMO right now, and I need to do 10-2. 10-2 is like 9. I need to do 9, and 10-2 is where like I should be at, but I can't bring myself to play 10-2.
Okay. I haven't played 10-2, haven't played 10. The only thing I'm aware of Final Fantasy 10 is the only way I've ever experienced that game is watching the mod that takes everything. Music, soundtrack, sound cues, everybody's spoken dialogue, and turns it into Titus laughing.
Oh no. No. Oh, that scene was so and it didn't fit. It didn't fit for the moment either. Like when you play the game, it didn't fit for the moment. That's why everybody makes fun of it.
It's the only thing. But hearing that plink 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 those opening notes, instead it's ha 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 ha. Like everything is
no.
It's fucking amazing. Now, so have you played so are you through 1 through 6?
I'm through 1 through 6. Like I did with the I put it away. I have the collection. I hadn't played the original 2, 3, and 4, and now I have 4 and 5.
So you experienced the amazingness of 1 being able to choose a full party of white mages.
Mm-hmm.
You have suffered through 2. You've enjoyed 3, except for the end dungeon in 3, which is a nightmare.
I didn't have a hard time with it.
Out of 4. 5, I'm going to say, try to predict you on 5. I'm going to say you were lukewarm on 5.
Yeah.
You know, I love 5, but a lot of people are lukewarm on it. How accurate was I?
So the dungeon part on 3, I streamed the whole thing, so it's like a let's play on my channel. But I don't think I had a hard time, only because I was streaming it. I was doing double XP and double money.
Okay, yeah, that could help. And then also, did they add any save points in that dungeon?
So I wouldn't know because I didn't play the original.
Were you able to save in it?
I feel like the last. I don't think so. I feel like there was one that I was like couldn't remember finding a save route, and I think that's why the stream went longer. And I was like, dang, I need to hurry up and get to a save spot because
there is no. Also, spoiler: there is no save point. You didn't miss it.
Okay.
That's part of the fucking problem. But yeah, double experience would certainly help. But yeah, going in there and just getting fucking slaughtered by shit and having to and then you have to redo the whole fucking dungeon from that last save point. But outside of that, I really liked 3. Right? 2 was weird to me. Like the fact that you beating the shit out of your own party members in order to raise their defense. That was in their HP. That was weird.
They changed that in the remake.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, good.
Yes. Yeah, you could just gain back. You could get at least because I also did double XP, so I didn't have to beat my own teammates up at all. I didn't experience that. I did hear about that after I beat the game because I never.
Yeah, you just beat your own people.
I was like, "What the hell? What are you talking about? Beat up your own members? What?"
Yes. It is the most game 2 way to get your shit up.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't experience that. But like I said, I will say I did use the XP, double XP, because I was like, old school games are brutal as it is. I am not experiencing it the way you should.
The Emperor is a badass villain though. It's one of my favorites. The Emperor, you literally kill this guy. He goes to hell. He takes over hell from the devil and comes back.
For
That,
real.
that, that's the man with some initiative now.
For real. Gives Capcom a run for his money. That's for dang sure.
Yeah,
Capcom
the Emperor's he's crazy. Yeah, he's great. Let's see. Rush Dog says a Tifa Street Fighter amiibo would be huge. They might actually be able to charge $40. They can charge whatever they want for that one. Oh
I mean,
my! No, the Gooners are going to show up in force for that baby.
I want it. I want it. I will say I will buy it. Maybe not at 40, but I definitely want it. I will hope that there's still some around after they've dropped the price down.
Have you seen some of those Tifa figures?
No. No.
Keep it that way. They're wild. That's all I'll say. Like they're wild. I look at that, Mike. You would put that in your house and not be thoroughly embarrassed, guys? Like that is.
There's some of them are spicy, I know, and I'm like,
that is.
I like a tame. I like a tame figure. How's that?
Yeah.
All my figures are amiibos or Skylanders, so they're all safe for work and all that stuff.
There's something you wouldn't want to hide when somebody comes over. Yeah, like
right.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
For real, you say. Then Rush Dog says, Zoo and I used to hang out in the SNES hub forums. Yeah, that was way back in the fucking day, man. Young Money says, hello. What's up, Young Money? Welcome in, man. Divine Cummings VTuber, I would much prefer amiibos than the cardboard Lambo set that Reggie tried to implement before he retired. That was that whole thing, the cardboard. That was a fun experiment, but that was another one. I was right on that. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna fucking fly, and it didn't. You're not gonna sell people fucking $90 cardboard, and no. Phil One Up Collect says I stopped buying amiibos because I'm not paying $50 for them. True. Let's see. Hey, Young Money, you say. Rush Dog says, hey, Young Money. Hey, Rush Dog and Gamer. Everybody playing nice in the chat. You love to see it. Key cards. Yeah, no, we don't. Fuck key cards. Phil One Up Collect says, I don't know, Zoo. That's a stretch. I was kind of annoyed by the II every time he talked during. Phil? We're going to have to talk after this, buddy.
Oh no, I don't know anything about the game. Don't tell me. I haven't mine's is still sealed. I don't know what's going on in Raiders.
What's going on is Phil is committing blasphemy on my fucking live chat. He's about to get his ass thrown out. He is besmirching Big Man. Do you have a problem with Big Man, motherfucker?
Oh no.
Just stay in, buddy. Anyway, let's see. Be careful with Big Man slander here. Yeah, Rush Dog holding it down. Yeah, be careful with the Big Man slander. That's right. Yeah, you're in the wrong fucking bar for that, my friend. Let's see. Poketopia hurts my heart. The only Pokemon game I was slightly interested in, and a crappy key card. Wind and Waves may be a key card too. Don't say that. No.
I will say that the reason that they got away with the Pokopia being a key card was because it wasn't specifically a Nintendo property. It was a I think it was Koei Tecmo who did it. And that's why, because it was really a third party and not a first party company. But all first parties are supposed to be key card free.
Okay.
From what we know. And the only reason that one wasn't was it because it's technically they licensed out to Koei Tecmo, I believe.
Which Pokemon Company technically that'll be Game Freak is technically a secondary party of Nintendo, right? So that one should hopefully be safe. I'm hoping. Bravely Default, a 3DS game can't fit on a Switch cart. No, that was just insulting. Then why didn't you put it on a Switch cart? Because they're cunts. That's why, Phil. Square Enix is the worst. Square Enix is by far the worst company on Switch 2. Not only do they put everything on game key cards, but they also give no upgrade pass and tell you to eat shit when you ask for one. Post final.
Yep.
tactics. They are the worst. Their behavior literally makes me not want to buy any Square Enix games, and I haven't. I've not bought since they started this shitty behavior. I have not purchased one new Square Enix game. I will wait till they are $30 on Switch One, and I will buy them used so that they get no money from me.
There you go. Stick it to the man.
I will continue to make sure that Square quarterly report looks as terrible as possible. And not that they need much help from me. They're doing a pretty fucking good job on their quarterly reports being awful on their own. Every single Square Enix financial report is a fucking slaughterhouse. So I don't know what the hell they do about that, but whatever they're doing, it ain't working. Let's see. Square Enix Final Fantasy are also bundling the Remake Rebirth games with D&D cards. Yes, that's what I was saying. Exactly. So it makes it more tempting for people to buy it on both the game itself and the collector's items. I actually argued that a lot of the sales on that game might actually be Magic the Gathering related. People underestimate the power of Magic the Gathering. The game is so powerful. Like, those people are... You want to talk about some crazy-ass fans. Like, Magic, the MTG. Metroid Prime was a 6 out of 10. I beat it. And so, yeah, Rush Dog played it. He said it's a 6 out of 10.
He's like, it's mid. It's mid.
It's mid. That's when... And Rush Dog doesn't have some of the hangups that I have about Metroid. So that's coming from somebody that doesn't even have the hangups I have. So to me, if I were to play it, I trust Rush Dog. I would use him as a benchmark. And I would say, if he said it's a 6, I probably would look at it as a 4. From my perspective, if I were to play it. I won't know, because I'm not going to play it, but that knowing what I know about him versus my gaming taste and my particular old man hangups that he doesn't have, yeah, I'm gonna also knock it for a couple things that he might not have knocked it for. Philip Collect says, I had an opportunity to buy Prime 4 for $20 on Switch for $30, and I was like, nope, that's not my Metroid.
Oh no,
that's fair. Yeah, that's 100% fair. I've never played a Metroid anyway. Before. Yeah, we know. Metroid fans. So what I will tell you, Young Money, we Metroid fans are well aware that none of you have ever played Metroid before. Trust me, we are well aware. We see the sales. We know. It breaks our heart every single time, especially when I have to participate in the boycott. It really breaks my heart, which I've had to do with Other M and now Prime 4. Like it. Because I'm looking at my side, I know Nintendo is going to use this to put this fucking series on the shelf for another 10 years. I know they're going to do that, but it's not my fault. You didn't make the game I wanted to play. Let's see. Are you interested, Young Bunny? He says, honestly, no. No, we're aware. We know. We know that for some reason, Metroid, there's an anti-Metroid barrier that the game just can't get past. And it's not helped along by fucking shitty sequels. We just can't break through that 3 million. Just can't fucking do it. Like, we can't get through that. Can't breach 3 million. Well, we did, technically, with Dread, but not much further. It's like, anybody who's familiar with Star Control 2, the Urquan, they show up on your planet. They put a slave shield around your planet so you can't do interstellar travel. I feel like that's what has happened. I feel like that's what the gaming audience has done to Metroid. They've just showed up. They put that slave shield about 4 million in. They said, nope, you shall not pass. Nothing past 4 million, guys. Nope. Don't go so far. Metroid Prime 4 is too linear, and the supporting characters kill the isolation vibes. Yeah, that's a big no. That's a big fucking no. I also think that lately, although I don't think Prime 4 had this problem, I feel like they've made the game more about Samus instead of being more about the alien worlds of the Metroid. It's hard to make a game about the Metroids when the Metroids are fucking dead. That's kind of hard to, kind of a weird corner you guys painted yourself, I'll be honest with you. I don't know why they did that. The game was called fucking Metroid for a reason. The focus, like Samus is, I'm not going to say Samus is a bad character because she's not. Like, Samus actually is very interesting in what they could and what they have done with her. So Samus checks those mythological boxes. Like, if you ever look at, like, different mythological art, one image you will see throughout history, is a warrior woman in armor taking her helmet off and letting her hair spill over the arm. very common imagery from Burrito Mart, from Hua Mulan. There are so many different imagery of that. Joan of Arc. It's a very. I think that she definitely hits that mythological box, but her character at this point has been so haphazardly treated at times. Other M almost character assassinated. Dread brought her back in a really badass way. My understanding is Prime 4 takes good care of her character too. A lot of people were bitching about the ending, which I shan't spoil in case you play it. But I know what the ending is, and I will tell you that's perfectly within character of Samus.
Okay.
Anybody who is saying that Samus wouldn't do that, you don't know fucking Samus. You believe the weird Sakamoto. You believe the Sakamoto's vision of Samus, and the Sakamoto's vision of Samus sucks. Samus is not a hero. Samus is a bounty hunter. She's a bounty hunter. She takes fucking jobs. That's what she does. She's not a hero. She's not here to save the fucking galaxy. Not what Samus is here for, guys. So, anybody bitching about the ending that I saw in Metroid Prime 4, there ain't nothing to bitch about. Uh-oh. You still there? I think we lost NGG for now, but
Can you not see me? You can't hear me?
There you are. Okay, no, you're right there.
no,
yeah, you blacked out for a second, but
yeah. I turned off the camera. I didn't know it turned off the audio.
So let's see. Then Divine Cummings VTuber says, "What's going to make Tifa stand out against the other Street Fighter characters is during her DLC release is having references to both the remake Rebirth series and having OST like One Wing Angel for fans. Yeah, anytime that's a great song." Anytime One Winged Angel kicks in, that's legitimately badass moment. And they could do her like dolphin kicks and shit. She does have some of that stuff that they can pull from, of course. So
right.
We'll see. But again, just Tifa being there, people love Tifa, so I think it's going to be great for Street Fighter 6. I always hold out for the newer characters, which we're getting a new character. It seems like in this batch too. So I'll get my wish too. So we're good there. How did she feel about 10, 10-2, 12, 13, the FFMMOs, 15, and 16? Phil asks you.
I like 10. Besides the laugh.
Right.
Besides the laugh, 10 was good. I actually like 10 a lot. Not
okay.
like better than. I liked it better than 8. I would put it definitely after 7. So like around there. 10 too, I can't get behind, and I'm gonna beat it one of these days. I tried back in the day when it originally came out. I've tried again on the Switch. I have the strategy guide. I hate that they changed her character so much. I know you did. You said you didn't play it, right?
Yeah, I'm not 210 yet. I'm on 7. I need to play 8, 9, 10, 10-2, 12. And I will not play 13 because I've already been down that road. I'll tell you that story when we're done.
No. So yeah, I don't like what they did. So I'll just say they changed the whole scope of how she used to behave, the character, and they changed it. And I know they were trying to maybe I don't know what they were trying to do with that character. If they were trying to make it more appealing to men or trying to make it more appealing to women, but it didn't hit either mark, I think. For me anyway, as a woman, it didn't hit the woman mark. Like I didn't care about the dress fears and all that the fighting system on 10. The fighting system on 10 was great. It didn't need the dress fears.
You don't care about playing dress up?
No, I don't want to play
dress house in your Final Fantasy.
No, I don't.
That's weird. It's weird as hell.
It is. I'm like that. The only reason I'm talking about it is because I know that was the heavy mark on advertising and stuff like that. Also, otherwise I wouldn't talk about it. But like, I can't with those dress fears. Like, why? For what? For what? To look pretty? No. Can we skip the cutscenes when you change too? Can we just skip all of that? Can you just change outfits? I don't need to see any of that.
Yeah, who the fuck are you? Princess Peach Showtime here?
I haven't played that one either.
It's good. It's good. I tell people all the time, it's good. It's not great, but it's good.
It's good.
And it's worth playing, especially if you appreciate Peach as a character. In a way, it's a whole ass character study on Peach. And a lot of people like look at me like I've got a fucking third eye in my forehead when I tell them that. But what fucking Peach character? It's like, obviously you don't care about the deep Mario lore, huh? Peach does have a character. She absolutely does. Peach does have characteristics. So Peach's entire motif from game one, from jump, Peach's whole thing is that she has the only magic that can reverse Dark Koopa magic. So she's the only one that can reverse the dark magic that turned all the toads into blocks. From jump, that was Peach's thing. Then she, and so they took that concept and they basically applied that to the theater with the Sour Bunch gang, because these are a bunch of magical ne'er-do-wells that basically show up to turn the comedies into tragedies. And Peach is able to use her magic with the help of a little ribbon guy, and she is able to basically reverse that dark magic and return the plays to comedies. That's the whole game. And a lot of people didn't see anything special about it. I looked at that and I said, this is a quintessential Princess Peach game. They could definitely tighten things up. They could definitely polish the concept more, expand the concept more. But if you're talking about a game that shows off who Princess Peach as a character and her strengths are,
right?
Princess Peach Showtime is a excellent gameplay identity to start with. Okay, and I'm excited to see where it goes because it actually sold pretty well. According to they made their money on it, which is good. It went over 1 million. All right, there's me sharing that Sid Lexia. That anybody who likes Final Fantasy VI, read that Final Fantasy VI Epic Poem. It's great. Divine Cummings VTuber says, what people also don't know is that Sephiroth takes inspiration from one of the main villains of the early Dragon Quest Chrono Trigger games as well. But Final Fantasy fans glaze 7 to hell and back. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Was there a mama's boy in Chrono Trigger? I guess there was. I guess it was, he was a sister's boy, but yeah, it matches. Kind of a sister's boy. Her mom was fucking crazy though, so I get what you're saying there. I guess, yeah, their mom was fucking nuts. And then what's the other one? Dragon Quest. Which film would that be? If you could pop that in, I'd be curious.
Yeah, I was thinking which Dragon Quest that was too. Like, I haven't played any of them yet. I'm getting ready to start that one soon, but I was like, I wonder which Dragon Quest game he's talking about.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 3 and 11 are some of the best RPGs I've ever played. Also 5, got to give 5 a shout out. 5's amazing. I hear good things about 8, I think, but I haven't played 8.
7 was good.
I hear 7 is good, yeah.
Yeah, I played that one on the 3DS back in the day, and then like I thought I was, I didn't know that it was the longest Dragon Quest game ever created, and so I'm like, oh, I'm getting at the end, right? And then we get into, and then we get into like the actual like changing mechanics of how they like change their work, what is it called? The job classes and stuff. I was like, right. This is a beginning level thing. Am I in the beginning of the game? I'm here thinking I'm at the end. I was so mad when I hit that. I turned it off because I thought I was at the end, like 40 hours in, and I'm now getting job classes. I'm like,
Dragon Quest likes to do that shit. They do that shit in almost. They love to do that shit. Dragon Quest 3, you beat Baramos. That's your whole goal in the game. And then it's like, nope, there's a whole nother Dark World now. Or Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest 11 too. Like you get to the end of the game, you get to the tree. Nope. They almost pull a Final Fantasy 6 and 11. Yeah,
I haven't played it either, so
yeah, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I get major Final Fantasy 6 vibes in a very good way from that game. 6 is nice. Still, but 11's good. It's really good. 10-2 is the Charlie's Angels of Magic Girl singing Sailor Moon Adventures. It ruined 10 in my opinion. I mean, it's okay that that's there. It's not what I come to Final Fantasy for, you know. Let's see here. During an interview in the last Dissidia game for Final Fantasy, they asked the voice actor for Titus to do the laugh for the interview, and he sat up on his chair and said, "Listen here, goddammit." Yeah, you know. So I don't even blame the actor for that. That's what's that poor guy. Part of that was direction. So, like Hayden Christensen, I'll give you a great example. Hayden Christensen in the fucking Star Wars prequels, right? Mm-hmm. If you've ever seen Hayden Christensen in shit outside of Star Wars, he's not a bad actor, okay? He's actually a pretty good actor. But when George Lucas is sitting in his chair and he's too fucking lazy to get up and he's like fucking being carted around in like a fucking forklift while he directs, and he's telling the guy to go liar, like, and it's and the dialogue is terrible. Like, you can't do anything with bad direction.
Right.
So, I'm not even necessarily blaming the actor entirely for that laughing scene, but somebody must someone must answer for the laughing scene. And I'm sorry that he probably has to a lot.
Well, he was told that he had to do a laugh like that.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not his fault. I mean, obviously, he's the one who had to do it, but, like, that was
here's the thing. Yeah, somebody in that fucking studio, some producer should have listened to that and said, hey, we're going to redo that. Now, a human being with a soul listened to that scene and said, we're good. Let's wrap. Got it. Nailed it. Like some human being.
First try.
Good stuff, man. Nailed it. Yeah, you really nailed that one. Like, what the fuck? I want the Resident Evil amiibos. We all, I think we all want the Resident Evil amiibos. We're gonna do amiibos. Let's do some Resident Evil amiibos. Now, maybe I do. LOL. I don't see what's so cool about him. Phil, you are pushing every button tonight, man. Like, again, careful, sir. Let's see. Calm down, Phil. I'm gonna get Podge Roll to haunt your ass. Yeah, Podge Roll will sick him. Podge Roll's a big man fan. Laugh out loud. I mean, I can't make my full opinion when I play it. Just first impressions didn't get me. Well, your first impressions are worthless and they suck. That's what I say to that, Phil. I like them. Oh. Let's see. Zoo is about to pull me in this chat so he can yell at me about the big man live. I'd like to. Yeah, I'd really like to. You got a bad opinion on big man. Let's see. 10 Romeo and Juliet love story was destroyed by dress spheres and musical performances. There's even a terrible Scooby-Doo side quest with voices mimicking Scooby and Shaggy in 10-2. I'm not kidding.
Oh. This is what I have to look forward to. This is my life.
Oh, my God.
No. Why?
I don't know, Scooby. Or Shaggy. I don't know, Shaggy. There's an awful lot of blood here. Is that how Scooby sounds? I don't know. I honestly haven't watched Scooby-Doo in over a decade. But.
Same.
Tandava says, I went and subbed to Gamer Girl. Oh, thank you. I just seen your streaming. Probably won't be up much longer this evening, but take your likes. Trying to catch y'all more often if I can find the time. No, Tandava, anytime you can come in, we love it, man. Welcome back in, and we'll be getting Poison Song for Morrowind is coming out eventually, and I will be back when Poison Song drops. So we're excited for that. But now, speaking of what you're excited about, I guess since we now run through the Super Chats, now we can get to what we actually fucking want to talk about today.
An hour later.
Yep. So tell a little bit about how did you get into video games? What was your entry point? I always tell the story to my folks that my dad brought home a hand-me-down NES back from the Army. His buddy Clifford sold it to him. Had Excite Bike, had Zelda 2, Super Mario Brothers, all the Defender, fucking Super Pitfall. There's always that one game, fucking terrible ass Super Pitfalls in there. That game is ass, but I still love it and have a sweet spot to this day. But where was your entry point into the wonderful world of video games?
My entry point was, I think, almost at the beginning of it. Like, I remember having an Atari when we were little.
Oh shit! You're predating my experience. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I was really small, so do I remember playing it much? No. Do I remember like wiggling the stick around? I might have been like 3 or 4, maybe at most 5 when we had the Atari. So we've always had video games in the home. So like. Yeah, we've always had video, and you know the weird thing, it wasn't even my dad, it was my mom who was a gamer. Like, you know how in most cases it's the dad? No, it was my mom. My mom was the gamer. She when the Nintendo came out, she bought it. She bought the Zelda game. You would see her at night after all of us are asleep. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and she'd be playing the video games
Hell yeah.
while we're sleeping. So I've always had access to video games. My mom has a big collection of Nintendo games. Like I personally had my own. I think my own first personal system was either I think with the Game Boy. So like I've been into gaming since I can remember.
And
And
that's really fucking cool. And one of the things I always tell people is because people always talk about, well, video games for a long time were like a guy's hobby, but that was a marketing choice. That wasn't
Mhm.
because the numbers weren't there. I always
Right.
told folks that like it's they made, especially in the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis era, they made a mental choice to market those consoles to boys. But if you go back throughout the ages of gaming, like King's Quest was created by Roberta Williams, a woman. Uh,
Right.
Zelda has always had a large fan base of women. Same with some of the old RPG games. Ultima, believe it or not, had a lot of women who loved Ultima.
Right.
This has always been the case, and it's always been so strange to me. That people are like, well, yeah, but somehow women never fell off. You just stopped marketing to them.
Yeah.
With few exceptions. One of the reasons I love Yamauchi is they were deciding which game to pack in with the Game Boy. They had
Hmm.
Mario Land and they had Tetris, and he looked at both of them, and Yamauchi said these are both excellent. These will both sell Game Boys, but this game we would pack this game in if you want to sell to boys. Pack this game in Tetris if you want to sell to everyone, and they went with Tetris.
Right.
And that's such a cool story, and that's before Nintendo also fell into like the extreme advertising of like the '90s era, and
Right.
basically scared all the girls away, and
I
we're still fucking suffering from that to this day.
I don't. I feel like I've never like since I grew up with it. I've never had like a the only console I would say that I was never interested because I definitely felt it was catered more to my brother than to me was the Genesis. Like anything
Oh God,
Sega
yeah.
related. Yeah. Anything Sega related, like I had no interest in playing because there were no games that I wanted to play on it.
No one
But
ever
like
seen Lad talk to you like this. Like, like it just the '90s were something else, man. And then
yeah.
even Nintendo started to do that in the later days. Like that disgusting ass Kirby ad where like the fat guy is like this fat slob is eating until his gut bursts. I'm not even kidding you. That was he ate and then he goes and he like vomit like that's
Oh, wait, don't make the noises. It'll make me go. Oh, oh, dang! I'm
that,
sorry. I should have told you that if the noise makes me want to go, and now
oh
I'm
okay,
gonna get.
sorry.
I
But
get
yeah,
really nauseous with the noises. It's the one thing that like will trigger us like an instant reflex. Oh my god, my stomach started turning
oh
immediately.
no, okay. uh
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
my
I'm
dad,
sorry.
I'll tell you, my dad is like that too.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
have a story, but I'm not going to tell it for your
yeah.
sake.
Please,
Yeah,
please.
I'm not going to tell it. I'm not, I want to tell it so bad, but I'm not going to because I'm a good host. Let's
Thank
see.
you. I appreciate it.
You bet. so, so Atari. So one of the things that having an Atari in the house, I never got to have that. I started with the hand-me-down NES. I've always loved the aesthetic of the Atari, though the wood aesthetic, the wood paneling, beautiful fucking systems, man.
Yeah, I don't know which Atari I had because, like I said, I was really small. I just remember us having one and us playing the games. I couldn't tell you what game I played on it. I really think it was the one with the ball bounces from side to side. I can't tell you which game I played on it, but I do know that was my first system because I remember playing it and being told to be very careful with that little joystick.
Uh huh. So that's kind of the first memory. So let's fast forward a little bit. And what is the first game that grabbed you for real and you said, okay, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life?
um,
Well, what's the game that onboarded you like for real, for real?
uh, you so we've been talking about it this whole time.
Uh huh.
Final Fantasy VI. It
It
was
was
the
Final
first
Fantasy
game.
VI.
it was okay. Here's the story behind
Mm-hmm.
it, right? So I went to my aunt's house. My aunt and my grandmother lived in the same house. We went to visit them one day, and my
Okay.
aunt was playing Final Fantasy on the Super Nintendo number two, I believe. So I think it was Final Fantasy five, if I'm not mistaken. But
Mm-hmm.
at the time it was Final Fantasy two. So I saw her playing that, right? And I was super interested in like, oh, this is different. Because
Oh
my
yeah,
mom,
two is four, but yeah.
yeah, so my mom, because my mom bought a lot of. I was not interested in platformers. My mom bought a lot of platformers. She did buy the Zelda games as well, but she was like mainly Mario games, and I could care less about the plumber right now. I'm trying to get into him, I will say, but I haven't. I haven't been grabbed by the Mario
You
bug at all.
can't force it. Mario will come. Mario will come into your consciousness on his own. It'll happen slowly, but you can't force it.
I've
Do you
been
prefer the 2D,
trying.
or when you do play the plumber, do you prefer the 2D or the 3D?
So I will say the only Mario games that have grabbed me are Mario World 2, I think. And I know it wasn't a real Mario game,
Okay.
but
Oh, it's like one of those homebrew. The homebrew games can be really good though.
no, I mean the one on the NES.
Oh,
The
Yoshi's Island, you mean?
I don't know. I don't know if it's no, not Yoshi's Island. It was definitely called Mario 2 or something like
Oh,
that.
Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES.
Yeah, that one, that one.
Yeah, the
Um
one where you pick up and hurl vegetables.
yeah, that one.
I love that
Um
game so much.
I know everybody says it's not a Mario game, but that's the only Mario game I really like. That
It is
one.
a Mario game. They're wrong. It is a Mario. So let me explain that. Let me give you guys some history. You guys all have bad history. It is a Mario game. So the actual history, and I cover this in my Captain Toad Treasure Tracker review. The
Mm-hmm.
actual history of Super Mario Brothers 2 is it was originally, so Doki Doki Panic was not originally Doki Doki Panic. Doki Doki Panic started life as a game that was going to be Super Mario Brothers 2. And the entire idea was having multiplayer with two people on the screen at the same time, which they weren't able to figure out. They were not able to figure that out at that time. And they wanted verticality, specifically with you being able to climb up and dig down. That was
Mm-hmm.
the whole premise of how to expand Super Mario Brothers into Super Mario Brothers 2.
Right.
Yamauchi looked at that. He was the president of Nintendo at the time. And he said, we need a game that is more like Mario. So they took Super Mario Brothers 2, the prototype, reskinned it into Doki Doki Panic. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure the audience is with me so far. I hope they are. The game Miyamoto makes the game that Yamauchi wants, which is the shitty ass Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, which is just a Kaizo version of Mario Brothers.
Right.
Yamauchi plays it and says, I don't think the Americans can play this game. It's too hard. Which is a fucking joke for many reasons, by the way. It's an absolute fucking joke. Like, the Japanese with that shit, it's amazing to me. But anyway, I digress. It's a whole nother rabbit hole. So he then says, we'll release, this is Mario 2 in Japan. Now we need Super Mario Brothers 2 for America. So they take Doki Doki Panic, which was a reskinned Super Mario Brothers prototype, reskin it back into Super Mario Brothers, and now it's back. Now that game is Super Mario. So no, people that say, well, every time this fucking game comes up in conversations, you have the guy that pushes his glasses up and goes, well, actually, did you know that that's Doki Doki Panic reskin?
Mm-hmm.
No, motherfucker. Doki Doki Panic was Super Mario Brothers 2 prototype reskinned into Doki Doki Panic that was then reskinned into Super Mario Brothers 2 for the North America.
Okay.
It is and always has been a Super Mario Brothers game.
Okay. Well then yes, then that one. And I know everybody's least favorite one. For some reason, I like everybody's least favorite Mario games. I like the little bit that I played. I like Sunshine.
Sunshine, okay. You like Window Washer Mario.
Yeah.
That is the game that I am told I'm going to get to it eventually, and I'm going to give it a chance. I've been told I got to give that, and I got to give the fucking Bongo game a chance for some goddamn reason for Rush Dog. So he is wanting me to give the Bongo game a chance. That fucking absolute train wreck of a Donkey Kong game. And I will do it, but anyway. So Final Fantasy VI. You went over and
Yeah. So after I went to her house. We went to like Toys R Us a little after with our with our little allowance money, and I saw in the bargain bin, Final Fantasy 3, because I think the Super Nintendo was already out at that point.
yeah,
For a while, and I saw the number 3 in there, and I thought it was the same game that she was playing because I didn't know the difference between the 2 and 3. I was still kind of youngish, and so I convinced my sister to pick that game up with me because I didn't have enough money. And she doesn't like RPGs to this day still. So that game, and that game, the original game is still mine. It's in my house somewhere. Like, it's still mine. We did it again for another game that we traded up, and then she ended up keeping that game. And I think that one's probably more valuable than the one I kept. But yeah, so I picked that one up, and then I don't think she even got to play. How's that? I don't think she even got to play the game she helped split the money with, because I played it so much, and I think I took every save.
So do you remember opening the game up and looking at the map that said World of Order and World of Ruin and being like, what the fuck? Like, did it come with the map when you bought your copy?
Hold on. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm thinking, yeah, it was in the bargain bin, but it wasn't 6. It was 1. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I didn't have a map. But I don't have a case for number 6. I only have the case for 1, and I have the game still.
Gotcha.
It was 1. It was 1. It was 1 for the NES. It had to have been 1 because I have the maps and stuff like that.
I love 1. I adore 1 as well. 1, I always tell people are like, well, that game's archaic. And no, it's not. That game's fucking amazing. Final Fantasy 1 is the most batshit storyline you will ever play in your life. There is so much crazy shit, time travel and fucking future machines and fucking that game is a fucking fever dream of awesomeness. Also, there's no other Final Fantasy game. You can argue with the job system that they all became that way, but no, you can play 4 white mages. Good luck, pal. Good luck. I've done it. I haven't beaten it that way.
No, I think I always did one. Like, I always had. I never went with red mage. I had the white mage, the black mage, the knight, and the ninja. That was like
a good party. That's a really good party, actually.
Yeah, that's how I went through the game, and obviously I was able to. And this whole time I'm thinking I never I beat Final Fantasy 1 when I was a child, and I'm like, everybody says it's impossible to beat it. I'm like, I must have beat it because I remember getting to the final boss, and then I was I got to the I replayed it on stream, and I was like, oh, I don't remember this part. Oh dang, I must have got just to the right before the boss and never beat it. I was at the boss dungeon, but I never finished it. I was like, I've done this twice.
On the NES, that's a common experience, and the reason for that is a lot of people get too chaos, can't beat chaos. Reason he can't beat chaos is chaos has a spell called Cure 4. Now, what the fuck is Cure 4? Everybody's like, what the fuck is Cure 4? Cure 3, right? No.
Right.
No. He has Cure 4. Cure 4 brings him back to full health every time he casts it.
Right.
So you are at the luck of RN Jesus every time you fight that boss battle on the NES.
Right.
Cure 4. How many times is he going to cast Cure 4? And if he casts Cure 4 every other turn, you literally can't fucking beat him. It's impossible.
Maybe that's probably why I got stuck. Because I do remember being there at the end, but not beating him. Because I definitely beat him in the remake, but...
they cut that shit out in the remake, and they needed it. That was stupid. Like you can maybe have him do. You can have a Cure 4. You can have a boss that fully regains his health, but that has to be a mechanic of the battle at that point. So basically, you have to know that going in, so you can race him before he casts it and kill him. But you can't just have him with complete randomness have a full cure spell. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't remember beating him. Obviously, like I thought I did. I thought that was one of the like besides six was the only other Final Fantasy game I beat back in the day. But once I streamed it, I was like, I don't remember this battle like at all. So I
Yeah,
was
the
like, I
last
don't
dungeon
know.
too. So yeah, there's a lot of
Huh?
places to fall off on one, especially if you pick a bad party. It seems like you had a pretty good party. One of the funnest I ever did. I never beat it with this either, but the 4 black belts was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was just an all-out like fucking offensive. Like that was awesome. But yeah, you can do some crazy shit in Final Fantasy One. Did you ever get a chance to play Harvestella?
No.
Play Harvestella. When I say that that is the only game I've ever played that gives me Final Fantasy One vibes,
Mm.
that game gives me bad shit Final Fantasy One vibes, and I love it. I love it to death.
I do have it. I've heard good things about it,
It's amazing.
but I haven't. I will say I haven't touched it. I have it though. Like I always buy the games that I want to play. Because, guys, I always okay. So I always tell people these games that are like I don't know if you can see these games. I have much
Uh-huh.
more
Yeah,
all the way up.
that's a nice Switch collector. Fuck yeah.
That's my retirement plan. Like everybody's like, oh, but you're not even playing your game. Yeah. I'm not playing them now. I the,
You
obviously with the
sound
way
just
the
like me.
industry, the way the industry is going, I'm gonna get to those much sooner than later. But that's my retirement plan. So I do plan on playing every game that's on my shelf.
Yeah,
Um,
you sound just like me. My whole thing is like, because they're like, what? Well, I tell myself this. Here's the problem with what I've done. I have over
mm,
500 Nintendo Switch games. I'm not
yeah,
getting to. I am not going to, with my job, unless I win, unless I fall into a fucking Scrooge McDuck money pool. I am never going to play 500, and even then, I'll probably world travel. I still probably won't get to 500 Nintendo. But what the lie I tell myself is the Switch One. Well, it's a lie I did tell myself back in when I was heel zoo, as I said, "Fuck the Switch 2. I'm not buying that piece of shit. Switch One. See these Switch One games? It's time to play the backlog." And then the girlfriend shows up with a fucking Switch 2 because I talked about it so much. She would hear me ranting about the Switch 2, and she's like, "Oh, he really wants a Switch 2." And
oh
so
no,
she literally, she's like, "Guess what I bought? We got to go pick it up." And I'm like, "What do we got?" It's a Switch 2. Oh my fucking god! Like, and I didn't tell her because she's just looking so. She understands nothing about video games. Nothing about video games.
right?
She just heard me talking about it, and so she's just looking so sweet at me. And she doesn't know that I have spent the last 6 months hardlining the Switch 2. She doesn't know that this is going to be a massive fucking embarrassment when I have to tell everybody that I have this system now. And it's going to be this huge crow eating moment for me. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this. And I'm like, all right, honey, let's go. Let's go get it.
Ah,
I've warmed up to it. I have warmed up to Switch 2 at this
I
point.
I will say similar-ish. I was never going to pick up the Switch 2. And technically, I never did. This is not I was gifted a Switch 2 because I said, I am not buying that shit. I was like,
Uh-huh.
it is just a Switch 1 Pro and a nice little wrapping. It doesn't
Oh,
have
I
any
was mad. I was so
exclusives.
mad.
I didn't like what they were forcing us to do, like saying that they could brick our systems at any time,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I was so livid, and then I was gifted one, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna say no to a
You got gift.
gift.
Okay, so you got gift bombed with this fucking thing too. What is? Were half of fucking Switch 2 sales gifts? Like what the fuck?
The thing is, the person who gave it to me knew I wasn't gonna buy it, and they wanted me to have it. They
Why
wanted
do
me
so
to
many
have
people
it,
want us to
but
have this system?
I will say that because they knew I was not going to like. I had the chance. I went with them to buy the system because it was for them. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go with you to buy the system, no problem. Like I'll help you buy it and everything. Like we figured out a way because they didn't like pre-order it, so we went to GameStop the same day, pre-ordered it for the release night and everything. I went online with them and everything. They wanted the experience. I helped them with the experience, and they had the system in their home for like 4 months and then gave it to me afterwards. So I was like, oh no.
That's so fucking. We have a parallel story. That's so funny. That's so fucking great. No,
At
that's
least,
what happened to me. Yeah, that's literally so. Like, and of course, the moment I post that in my steering column, that post went fucking viral, and fucking Player Essence and fucking Nintendo Prime. They're like, we got him, babyface turned. And I'm like, you ain't got shit, motherfuckers. I am a reluctant Switch 2 owner right now. You got a long way to go, baby. And then, sure enough, like now, then the armor started to crack. I played Yoshi. I played Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. I played fucking Star Fox, and it's like, shit. I played Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it's like, the battery life still sucks. Key cards still suck.
Yeah, key cards suck. I will say that they gave me the system with key cards and digital game inside, because I'm very like against digital games and key cards, obviously. But they gifted me their collection that had key cards, so now I own key cards.
You didn't buy them,
though.
I don't care.
I did. No, so what I did say was, let me see. They gave me Yakuza 0 and Dragon Ball Sparking 0 as gifts.
But you didn't buy them.
No, I didn't. But I never sell any game that comes into this collection, and I did tell them, look, once I play and beat them, I'm going to sell them because they're not going to be worth anything later on. I'm not going to be able to re-download that later on, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And I never do that. I'm going to tell you right now, every game that's in my house, unless I upgrade it to a better, like a more complete in-cart version, they never leave my house. And those ones, I was like, no, key cards are leaving my house. Those bitches can leave. They're not staying.
Get out. Get out. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome in this family. Get out.
Right. I'm gonna
in
beat
the fucking
you.
cold with you. No coat.
You can go.
I'm throwing them out. I'm not even giving them their coat when I throw them out. No coats. Fuck that. Throw them out in the cold. No, I hate key card. I'm mad about key cards still. Although again, it feels petty as shit now that what Sony's doing. But I'm a temporarily embarrassed key card hater. That will fade. But like, man, and in particular, it's like you've got people like the trade-in people will take key cards. It's like, why? Like, no, get them out of here. Like you like, oh man. So let's see here. We got some chats building up. So let's see. Filling up collects says if you want to get the true ending in Final Fantasy X-2, which I didn't do because I didn't know at the time, you have to do the side quests and get like 100% or you get the bad ending. So Final Fantasy X-2, the story just keeps getting better and better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, my computer caught me out of the thing again.
No, you're good. So Phil was saying you have to 100% Final Fantasy X-2 or you get the bad ending. So no. This keeps getting better. Sephiroth is inspired by the character. Oh, Basaro. Okay, gotcha. From Dragon Quest IV, both from the original and the DS. Okay, yeah, that I can see that. I can absolutely see that. Filling up collects a shout out to Nintendo Gamers girl's mom. She is so cool. Gamer moms for the win. Yeah,
there you go.
Yep, we love Mama MGG. That's awesome stuff. Not True Zoo, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, and Pokemon. I definitely feel was for all kids and had appeal to the ladies. Yeah, but those are later games. That's well, all those are well past the generation I was talking about. Aside from Pokemon, and Pokemon was portable. I would argue that women have always been on portable games. Have always been on again. They marketed very different from consoles. They marketed the Game Boy with Tetris, right? They marketed DS with Nintendo. They've always been marketing to a wider audience. The consoles were for a long time. They were very boycotted, and that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake, and it led to a mini gaming crash in 2008 because they just refused to sell games to normal people. They just kept focusing on trying to sell games to hardcore gaming freaks. And turns out that those are the exact kind of people that drive a lot of people away, including normal folks, including a lot of women. They're like, yeah, we don't want to be called a bunch of nasty names and shit. We don't want to be Like, so we're just gonna get the fuck out of here, and that happened. That was bad for our hobby, um, and that's in part due to the way they chose to market games for a long time.
I will say, like, I didn't experience any of that, like, women hate until just recently. Like, super recent too. Like, I've never had an issue being a gamer and a female.
It's overstated. I don't feel like it's as big a problem as some people make it out to be, but it's definitely there, and it sucks when you see it.
Right. I think it's only online though.
It is
Because
almost
it's
exclusively online. Yeah.
yeah, because I've never like I used to bring my Game Boy with Pokemon in it around everywhere, like all my Game Boys to school,
Well, you
and I
gotta
never had a
understand,
problem.
people that would scream nasty shit at women online are also cowards, and they're not going to do
Hmm.
it in real life because somebody punch them out.
For reals.
Got to realize, yeah, you're not going to ever run into it in real life because cave that fucking head in. But
Mm.
yeah, in online where they can hide behind their anime avatar, yeah, you get a lot of that. It's part of why I don't play online games because here's the thing: it's not just women. I had one, like, he had to have been 12,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, bitch," and he's like doing the like humping thing, and he's like, "Floss your teeth with my nut hair, bitch." And I'm just like, "You're fucking 12, kid," and also that insult makes no sense. That's just weird.
You're not like, what nut sack do you have?
Like, what is
You're
going
this
on with
tender
you?
age.
Like, what? So there's that. That was one story that I had. The other one was during play. I used to go over to my friend's house. We used to play Halo and Halo 1 and Gears of War.
Okay.
And I'll never forget that there was it was on Xbox Live. It was the Xbox 360. And this was a grown ass man, and he was not many people had the gamer camera at that time. This guy had the gamer camera, and he was like 40. He's in his like late 40s. I'm telling you, dude. We were in our
Right.
20s at the time, and we're playing Gears of War. And I used to play Gears of War over at my buddy's house. I never had this game. I never even had a 360. When I would go
Mm-hmm.
over to his house to play it, I would pistol main. I love the pistol because basically you could shoot them twice with the pistol and then pistol whip them and they go down. And then that's all it took. So it's like pop, pop, and then you get in close and you roll in close and you melee and they go down. That's what I always used to do. And so I had gotten this particular angry cussing guy. This was like late 40s. This is like the third time I had downed this guy. And he literally stands up, pulls his pants down, like wraps his entire fist around his entire like twig and berries and dick, and shakes it at us and rage quits the game. And
Ew.
we were just stunned. We're like, "What in the fuck?"
Ew.
And like, this is before there was even a way to turn people in and shit. Like, not that we would have turned them in, but it's like, are you serious, dude? Like, you're a grown ass man. Like, what are you doing? Like, so there's a lot of reasons I try to avoid. I try to avoid the online space. I think Nintendo does a much better job at curating that, which brings us
Yeah.
to Splatoon. So one of the things that I watch on yours all the time, and you guys have a ton of fun with this, is the Splatoon stream. So I'm a fairly newcomer to Splatoon. I played the single players in all three games. I played a little bit of multiplayer in 3 with Rush, and I'm getting ready to like dive head fucking first into Splatoon Raiders. So tell me what
Nice.
draws you to this series, and tell me, and people like Rush, and explain why this is probably the best series Nintendo has come out with in the last 20 years.
So I will say, I don't like it for its single player at all.
Mhm.
I struggle Buzz beating the single player all the time, so I don't like it at all for its single player. So
It's got good
like
platforming. Yeah, it's just,
yeah,
but
I'm not a platformer. That's why I'm not good at it. I'm not. I suck at
that's
the
what I'm saying. You would
platform.
think it would be like a shooter game. It's not. It's actually much more of a platformer.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't like the single player. But I do. I've like so I picked up Splatoon 1 for my ex-husband, because like it was like we both wanted it, but it was his birthday, so I picked it up, and like he had it sitting there for 4 months without playing, and I was like, hey, if you're not gonna play this, can I try it? And I got on that online, and I was like, from then on, I was hooked. Like I
Look
was,
from go. Okay.
it was from like as soon as I popped on, because I tried the single player experience, and I was like, let me see what this online does, right? And I was like, oh my god, this is fun. And I'm not a shooter. Like I don't play shooters. Like
I
never,
don't
never,
either.
never, never. Like I
Yeah,
never
I
play
don't either,
shooter
but
games.
I'll play Splatoon though.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
think that is why I think Nintendo has a way of just disrupting any genre they decide to come into. If Nintendo decides to come into a genre, you better fucking watch out. And so what they did is they look at this shooter genre. They look at like the people shaking their twig and berries at kids on the other side of the country. They look at people cussing. They look at people blowing people's brains out in Call of Duty and Gears of War and turning their head into giblets. And Nintendo said, how can we make that family friendly? How can we do that? Okay, paintball. Okay, where can
Right.
we go from paintball? Okay, squids. Because fucking Nintendo, right? Who else would fucking pair those two things together? But it makes sense. Ink, paint, paintball. But they're brilliant, man. They're fucking brilliant. And then
Yeah.
that wasn't enough. So already they've got a winning premise, which is like a capture the flag, paint the whole town red or blue, or it's a winning premise right off the bat. When I saw that trailer, Rush Dog can attest to this. Back in the SNES Hub days, when I would shit on the Wii U all day fucking long, but when that Nintendo Direct showed up with Splatoon on it, I said in the forums, I'm like, that's special.
Yeah.
I was looking at the construction, the construction style levels. Keep in mind that Miyamoto has a degree in industrial design. That's what his degree is in. It's not in game making or anything. He's an industrial engineer. And so
Right.
that's why if you see like girders of Donkey Kong and shit, I got that kind of vibe. I got that industrial design vibe from Splatoon. So they start with a really interesting artistic premise, which is this gritty industrial design. You've got this interesting pairing of like squids and paintball and capture and paint the town red gameplay. Then on top of that, they start adding in the aesthetic, the fashion, the social elements, the art, the posters. There's something fucking cultural about Splatoon.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel what I'm saying? Like?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not into like the fashion per se. Like, I'm the kind of gamer who like, and it doesn't need to be fashionable. It just needs to work. Like so, you'll see the most random outfits put on my squid, and I apologize in advance.
But it's crazy. But it is crazy the amount of time people spend on customizing every aspect of their squidling, man. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah.
a real bite to what they did there, and
I love the level designs for sure, though. I will say
masterful.
that. Hmm. Um.
And
Yeah.
then,
So I
again, like you don't win by killing the opponent. It's not a
no.
that's part of it. You keep them off the board as much as possible.
Right.
You win by painting more. It's so cool. And by the way, it hits that family friendly vibe because the whole goal isn't popping people's heads. That's a side project to keep
Right. The
painting.
secondary.
You're
Exactly.
you're shooting everything but them in order to win.
Right.
It's a game that could only come from Nintendo, I feel like.
Right. And sometimes on my streams, I'm like, hey, pay attention to the goal, guys. You guys are, that's not the goal. Like, you
Yeah.
aiming at me and I'm aiming at the floor.
Yeah. Like, yeah, and then they're like, wait a second, I lost? Yeah, you spent the whole game fucking sniping people.
Right.
Your
Exactly.
team
You
needed
didn't
help
get any.
painting.
Exactly. Exactly. But
It's brilliant
yeah.
though, man. And now they're expanded into the single player. And I was watching a little bit of Rush's stream. It looks fun as hell.
I haven't watched anything Raiders related because I just want to go in fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know whether it was going to be multiplayer because I was not interested in the single player aspect. Like I said, I didn't like any of the single player aspects in any of the Splatoon. So I was like, if it's going to be like that, I don't want it.
It's a raid game, though. I don't think it's going to be platformer-esque this time around. I think this time they're going for much more shooty, which is cool.
Okay, yeah.
Did you like Salmon Run?
Yes. Yes.
My understanding is if you liked Salmon Run, you're going to love Raiders.
And the only thing I didn't like about Salmon Run is the rotation of weapons sometimes is harsh. And I'm hoping that we get to pick our own weapons.
Well, not only do you get to pick your own weapons, like you create weapons, you craft them.
Nice.
It looks really cool.
I'm gonna play it for the first time tomorrow, so I'm excited.
I'm hoping it comes tomorrow, but it'll certainly be here for the weekend. So, very, very excited for that. Very excited for that game. Nintendo just keeps on a rolling. We got Fire Emblem coming out September.
Can't wait.
And then we've got Ocarina of Time remake, probably November.
I'm so lukewarm on that one.
You're not the only one. Phil One Up Collects, who's in my chat, he's very lukewarm on it too. I won't say I'm lukewarm, but I will say that I am cautious. And the reason why I say that is because, and again, nuclear hot take for a lot of people, Ocarina of Time was never my favorite.
I will say that one was one of mine.
It's a great game. But the type of Zelda I gravitate to is more the Breath of the Wild, the Zelda 1, the Zelda 2s, like your more open games. So I never really got... and again, Ocarina of Time is definitely the best, I feel like, of the Enuma Zeldas. It's one of the better ones. Mm-hmm. It's certainly better than that fucking Twilight Princess 3-hour tutorial where you're... Oh, my God.
I've never beat that one.
Vietnam flashbacks on that shit.
How about Link to the Past? Because that was one of
I love a Link to the Past. Yeah, Link to the Past is... I would say it's probably... So right now my list goes Breath of the Wild, probably Zelda 2, then Zelda 1, then A Link to the Past, then Majora's Mask, then Link's Awakening, I think is how I would rank them if I were to be polled. Now, that will change. That'll change daily.
That's not at all the direction I would go with any of those Zelda games.
Yeah, it's... and Tears of the Kingdom can go die in a fucking fire.
Oh, no, I haven't been... It's... I will say, Tears of the Kingdom is too much for me. Like,
Too much is that was... I love you're mirroring my problem with it. Too much is exactly what I said. It's too busy.
I think the thing is I'm not diagnosed ADHD, but I think I have it. And so, it's just, Breath of the Wild was already big. And then you just added 2 other really big realms. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? It's just too much happening.
Oh, and just right when you get down from the sky world, you are bombarded with just tons of shit to do, and it's too much. The whole appeal of Breath of the Wild was you're almost alone in that world. This is a world that Calamity Ganon has already destroyed damn near. There are pockets of people still around, and there's still villages and towns, but for a large part of it, it's just you and the wild, and that's fucking cool, man. I also love the fact that that we are so far outside the timeline that at this point the only thing that remains of Ganon was his malice and his hatred. And now all of a sudden Ganon is back and he's dehydrated and he's trying to get all the lotion so that he cannot be dehydrated. And he wants all the lotion for himself, and that's also why the weapons are brittle, because he's taking all the lotion. All of that, his villains are fanning out and just collecting that fucking lotion so that it can't... Only for Ganon's skin. And so why? Because we got to have Daddy Ganon back. And he's walking, and he's talking, and he's sentient, and he's conscious. And he laughs like a weird old granny in one scene. And it's weird. Yeah. He looks like a derpy, cross-eyed dragon. It's a weird game, and I don't understand what they've done to my Breath of the Wild and why it's like this.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far, so I can. I'm gonna restart it on the Switch too. I'm gonna play it because it's a free upgrade path. So I don't know what's going on. The farthest I went was I made it off the island.
Okay.
Um, I was able to travel somewhere where I'm back up in the sky, like in like a boat, and that's where I fell off. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how to build
I also hate the
freaking
Bob the Builder shit. Like
yeah.
what's so funny is I told a joke years ago on the hub that
Mhm.
because I was making fun of Anuma doing a game about trains. But by the way, we literally got Spirit Tracks because that fucking guy's kid was into trains. I'm not even kidding you. And so he said that yeah, his son liked trains, so he got Spirit Tracks, and then his son liked birds, so we got birds in Skyward Sword. Actual interview. I'm not making this shit up, people. This is the fucking guy that ran Zelda for decades. And that might explain why Zelda took the cratering that it took for a long time. But yeah,
Mm.
so I joked when I read that interview. I literally joked. I said, "In before Zelda, Bob the Builder next." His fucking little dipshit kid's gonna love Bob the Builder, and we're gonna get a fucking Zelda Bob the Builder. Ah, there it is, there it is. So it's like, yeah, I was only about 10 years late.
Yeah, I think that's what killed him. I mean, I'm gonna go back and play it. It's like goals to beat the game finally. It's been on like
Right.
my resolution for like 3 years now straight to beat the dang game. So I
Yeah.
will
By the way,
beat
it's
it.
never good when it takes you 3 years to even play and beat it. Yeah, that speak well to it.
Right. And I think that's what it is because I was just not expecting it to be so much. I
It's
think that's where it
crazy.
was.
Yeah, a lot
It's
to it.
just a lot. It's just a lot.
So what order would you put the Zelda games in? Give me your order real quick here. I'm curious.
So it would be A Link to the Past,
Good one.
A Link Between Worlds.
Oh my god, I forgot A Link Between Worlds. Yeah, I got to restructure. Oh my god. In fact, that one would go near the top. I might like that better than A Link to the Past, actually.
Yeah, so A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds, Arcana of Time,
Yep.
um, Breath of the Wild,
Mm-hmm. All good
um,
picks.
2, Zelda 2,
I love Zelda too.
and I think then it would be Zelda 1,
Okay. Your taste aligns with
Majora's
mine. No snake was
Mask.
good. Majora's Mask was good.
Uh, but like those are all like more bottom than anything else. Like the one I would put in last place right now. There are two that I've played that I'm like, why
Let's
does
hear them.
it need to? It would be actually it's three. I have never been able to get through the Toon Link ones. So the first one, which one was the one with the C? I can't remember what it was
Was it
called.
Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages?
No. The one where he's at sea. The one that came out on the Wii U.
Wind Wanker. Yeah.
Wind Waker. Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah. I call it Wind Wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I haven't. I tried it like for an hour, and I was like, "What is this bullshit?" So
No,
that one's one of the.
you are a right opinion haver on Zelda. Congratulations.
The Link's Awakening. I tried the original, well, not the original. I tried the DX version before they announced that the original was. I
It's
mean,
a
the
weird game.
remake. I could not like I, I
It's a
could
weird
not.
game. I
And
love it,
then
but it's a weird one.
the other Toon Link one that was on the DS that I played, the one where
Spirit Tracks.
no, I don't think I played Spirit Tracks. It was the
That's
other
trash.
one,
Trash.
Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass.
Not good.
No, I haven't played Spirit Track, but
Yeah, don't.
no. Well, I mean, I have to because it's like I want to beat all the games. It's on the bucket. Like, so what I'm trying to do with my collection is beat them by series. I'm trying to tackle 5 series right now at once. So like I'm trying to tackle the Final Fantasy series. It's my main one right now.
Mhm.
But while I'm doing that, I'm playing the Resident Evil ones. I'm trying to catch up.
Right.
Then like the Pokemon ones. The Pokemon's ones, the main lines, I'm up to date. It's just all the side stuff that I'm not. So like
Right.
those are my like three main ones, and then I would like to sprinkle in like a Bravely Default to catch up because I'm missing two games because a lot of people don't know like Final Fantasy Heroes, the Four Heroes of Light is a actual Bravely Default game. So like I gotta beat that one and then
Right.
Bravely Default too. Because I beat the other two Bravely. I beat Bravely Default and Bravely Second Layer. So I'm like that one's easier because it's only two more games that I need to beat.
Yeah, it's that's a good way to do it, and I sort of did that when I started my secondary channel, the Switch After Dark channel. I'm like, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
start with Mario characters, and then go through the series, and then fucking work and life happened, and now I need to get Tropical Freeze completed at some fucking point. But my next series I think is going to be Xenoblade because that's a series I really want to talk about. It's
Oh,
crazy good.
it scares me. It's not that
They're
I'm
scary
afraid that
games.
I'm not gonna. I'm not afraid that
Uh,
I'm not gonna like it. I'm afraid that it's gonna be like so many hours. I'm
that's the
afraid of the
problem
time
with it's
consuming.
you're talking 100 hours easily
Yeah,
because they don't
I'm,
respect your time at all.
no,
Zero respect for your time. The games.
that's what I'm afraid of, and I'm like, no,
I
I'd
can review
rather.
10 games in the time I'm going to review one Xeno game.
That is exactly what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Um, let's see here. We got some comments. So let's build those up real quick. Or build it. Honestly, the two video games that got me into gaming as both a hobby / wanting to learn about the industry was on the Xbox 360. Both games being Tales of Vesperia and Brutal Legend. So I never had a 360 or any of those systems aside from the PS3, and I only really played Dark Souls and Rock Band on the
Mm-hmm.
PS3. But Brutal Legend is a game that it got my attention. That one got my attention. That's the one with Jack Black and I think David Bowie was a voice in that too. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was or no, Tim Curry, and Jack Black, because Tim Curry was the bad guy, Diviculous, right? That game, the soundtrack on that game, I literally think I have that entire game soundtrack in my music
Mm-hmm.
collection, which is really funny. It's just an homage to metal music, and I eventually want to play Brutal Legend. I will play that eventually. Tales of Vesperia, I think I actually have that on the Switch, so I'll get to that. It's on the list, I'll say.
It's good. It's good. It's it's
Excellent.
it's good. I like the main character in that one for reasons why a lot of people might not. I
Okay.
think he's definitely a very real one. Is all I'll say. He's a real one. like
I got to
like
finish my Persona reviews too. The RPGs are just so big though. Because the
well,
Personas, those are another games that are 100 plus fucking hours.
I feel like the Tales games are like maybe 30 or 40 hours. And I feel like those
That
are
might be
faster
so. Yeah, I
beats.
like that because that's more respect for your time. I'll never forget playing a game like Final Fantasy VI. That game's like
Mm-hmm.
35, 40 hours, and thinking this is as big as games get. Video games will
Right.
never get bigger than this, and boy, was I fucking wrong. Like,
Yeah.
oh boy. Um, Philip One Up Collect says Mario 2 Confuseception. Inception. Yeah, kind of. Like it's very confusing. I see why the actually nerds always say it's Doki Doki Panic. They're wrong. Again, they're fucking wrong. Cold Nights Gaming. What's up, Jay? At work tonight, just dropping in to say hi and wish you folks a nice show. When we get you on, like I know I say it's a Thursday or a Friday show, I will move fucking heaven, earth, and the Liquored Up live schedule to get you on. So, buddy, hit me up. Let me know when you're available. It's been too fucking long. You gotta come on the show. Let me know when you're available. I'm not taking no for an answer. You like to fucking hide, and you ain't fucking hiding. You're coming on.
Oh.
Let's see. I love that guy. All right. Let's see here. Nintendo Gamer Gal has also beaten and liked Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise, developed by Team Ninja, with Jack being the main character, and thoroughly beat the game and enjoyed it on release. Is that the one where he's in the T-shirt and he keeps saying chaos?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
The
So
T-shirt guy, chaos, chaos, chaos.
you if you like Final Fantasy 1,
Love Final Fantasy 1.
this is a kind of ish sequel, prequel
That's
to
chaos.
that game. Like, and they don't tell you that. This one is like a sequel prequel to Final Fantasy 1.
I figured by the fact that the word chaos came out of his mouth about 40 times, just the advertising.
Yeah.
So I got that, but most fans will not pick that up because most fans
Right.
haven't even played one.
Right. Most fans haven't. But so
should.
if you since you like
Really
it, you
we're
should
playing
try
it.
this one. It's good. I wish I played this one as a multiplayer because you can with like 2 other people. So
That's cool
if you
shit.
yeah, you can play as a group of 3. So if you find 2 people who haven't played or can play with you online, I would highly suggest playing it that way. I
Okay.
think it would be much more fun. I played it as a single player, and I could tell like this was meant to be a multiplayer. And I kind of wish I would.
I was there for the memes, and the memes were fucking great. The chaos memes were awesome.
Yeah, I missed the memes, but I definitely liked the game.
It's like Virgil's track. You've got the hurricane and the chair doesn't blow over, and it's got Virgil's track from the New Devil. Like the memes are just. By the way, speaking of the Titus laugh track version of Final Fantasy X, there's another game everybody should check out. So it's Emo May Cry. So remember, between Devil May Cry 4 and the new reboot of Devil May Cry, they had DMC Devil May Cry. People may remember that. So it was a very emo game, and the game kind of sucked. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was mediocre, which to me is the worst kind of game, actually. Is the games are just forgettable and mediocre. But they fixed it. On PC, they fixed it, and it's one of the reasons why PC is awesome and lets you mod, because what they did is they turned this game, everybody got a mustache. Everybody got a fucking mustache, and then they put like Zorro-esque music.
How nice.
Everything, and the entire dub was in Spanish. And not like in a laughing matter, like a painstaking group of Hispanic developers like voiced the entire fucking game in Spanish and did a better job with the voice acting than the English fucking voice acting officially from Capcom was. Put fucking mustaches on everybody and gave it a Zorro-esque soundtrack, and it was the best fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I haven't played it, but that mod is on the list. Like, if I ever play Emo May Cry, that is the only way I will ever play Emo May Cry. But you guys are fucking legends. Like, it looks incredible. And it's just like, why couldn't Capcom put this much effort into it? A fucking Spanish mod team did it. Like, they turned like Devil May Cry into like a Zorro-esque epic. And like, people are like, well, you think they're taking the piss out. No, they were serious. And it works. It fucking works. I'll have to see if I can find that. Like, it's modders are crazy. Rush Dog says, hey Jay, Young Money XP, I'm stepping out for the night. Have a nice night, everybody.
Good night, Young Money.
We appreciate you. Filling up Collects says, I'm going to blow Zoo's mind. I only played Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. Never beat it. 10, 10, 2, 12. Gave up on it. 15. Regretfully beat that train wreck. Super Eye Patch Wolf speaks very poorly of Final Fantasy 15. But I've never played it, so I'm not going to talk shit. I don't know. I will tell you my Final Fantasy story. I went from this is crazy, but I didn't own. I was checked out of console gaming basically from like the later years of the N64, all the way through the GameCube, and then I only had the Wii. I didn't have a lot of the 4K twins until Dark Souls came out. I got a PS4, so I missed a huge chunk of video games at that time.
Right.
So when I got my PlayStation 3, and I got it late in the life of the PS3 for Rock Band and Dark Souls.
Oh.
But one of the games I picked up was Final Fantasy 13.
Nice.
And I remember paying $50 dues back when that game launched as a poor college student.
Oh, no.
because I said to myself, I said, man, you know what? It's been a long time since I've actually played a Final Fantasy game. The last Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo, which is Final Fantasy 6. So my experience with Final Fantasy is I played Final Fantasy 1 on the NES. I played Final Fantasy 4 or 2 on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 3/6 on the Super or SNES, sorry, 4/2 on the SNES, 6/3 on the SNES, and then my ass jumps all the way to Final Fantasy 13.
He's like, I'm gonna skip 10 of them. Well, not 10.
Culture shock as I ran down that beautifully rendered fucking tube, that nonstop fucking beautifully rendered hallway, and played a bunch of battles on autopilot. I can't describe to you the culture shock. That I was gobsmacked. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And what does this have to do with Final Fantasy? And I finally broke. Like, literally, I got to, like, chapter 9. I got on the fucking airship. And then I fucking broke, and I returned the fucking game and got the money I could get back at it. And people always tell me to this day, they're like, oh, you were one chapter away from greatness. I'm like, motherfucker, if I have to play 20 to 30 hours into a game before I get to the good stuff, fuck off. Like, no, that's not how this works, man. But but imagine, like, people are like, a lot of people are shocked. They're like, well, I like 13. Yeah, well, motherfucker, you didn't go from Final Fantasy 6, one of the greatest games of all time,
right?
to Final Fantasy 13 immediately. That's a jump, man. That is such a fall from grace. Like, I didn't even get the slow decline of, like, your 10s, your 12, like, no, 7, 8, right into fucking 13, man. Like, I don't know how it could have gotten worse. Maybe go right into 16, 15. I don't know, man. Like,
I haven't played the 13, so I couldn't. I can't speak on it. But I did hear bad things, so I'm not looking forward to it. But if I play it after 10 too, it might be better. Actually, it might be better than 10 too. So maybe I'll play it right after 10 too.
I haven't played 10 2. I hear that game is a disaster. I hear bad things about that game. But again, I always try to find something positive. So Final Fantasy 13, here you go. The music. The fucking soundtrack in that game. There's like this forest area full of like these giant white trees. Mm-hmm. The song in that area is some of the most beautiful music I've ever had put to a video game. And that was Final Fantasy 13. That song still lives rent-free in my head at times. Nice. So I said something nice about it, but I hated the characters. Lightning is a bitch. Snow is a absolute weaselly piece of shit.
Oh no.
Faith or Hope or whatever the fuck his name is a little fucking worthless fucking worm. Fucking Vanille is annoying as fuck, and I hate her voice. Fanga's okay, and Saz is okay. I like Saz. I don't know why there's a fucking chocobo in his afro. It's weird. But I like him, and Fang seems like she's okay. Everybody else in that cast could die in a fire. Like, it was awful. I hated them. I hated them so much. I hated that core cast so much. Oh my God. Anyway. Just all irredeemable characters, like all irredeemable, like in my eyes, all of them.
No, I don't look forward. I mean, I want to play it, but I guess I don't look forward to it.
Also, the fucking plot, like, win crystal or fail zombie is how I like to put it. So I don't even know what the fuck you're playing the goddamn game for. The whole plot is, okay, you have been cursed or blessed, however you want to look at it, by these gods. Mm-hmm. And so you can either complete the task they want you to complete. They don't tell you what the task is. They don't tell you what it is. You have to figure that shit out on your own. So we need to do something. Go figure it out. You either do it and you become a win crystal and you turn into a crystal, or you don't do it in time and you become a fail zombie. where you're just like a zombie stumbling around. So the joke I like to tell about 13 is win crystal or fail zombie. What a fucking compelling narrative. What a reason to stick with that, huh? But anyway. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like the Pixel Remaster doesn't have the cutscenes or the bonuses from the game. They do not, and I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna have to go look it up now. I'm gonna have to go look up the offers. I love the offers. I want to get a copy of Harvestella. They're dirt cheap because nobody fucking bought it. They're dirt cheap. You can send some of those 500 games to Mizu. Well, there's always that. There's always that option. You know, it's not anybody else I know is gonna fucking want them. Let's see here. In our friend circle, I'm the one who held out the longest on Switch 2. Phil, you are correct. You did. Me and Jay folded like. Well, I didn't fold. Okay.
Right. We didn't fold. We did not fold. No.
It was folded for us. We did not fold.
We just accepted the gifts.
I will tell you, I probably would have had a Switch 2 when Fortune's Weave came out. Probably would have had one for Fortune's Weave, but that's almost a year later. That is a year later, actually. So yeah, I would have held out a lot longer. Let's see here. MG, do you only play on Nintendo systems? So do you have culture in class, or do you game on PlayStation, Xbox? Well, I can't talk shit about PC. So I'll just ask the question: do you play on only Nintendo systems, or do you also game on PlayStation, Xbox?
So I mainly Nintendo. Like they're like 90% of my game time is on Nintendo. I do own. I was gifted a PlayStation 4, and you want to hear you want to hear the most fucked up shit that happened to me with the PS5?
Let's go.
So you see, I don't know if you can see it. The PS5 is up here, right? I received the PS5 2 days before the announcement that we were going discless.
Oh shit!
2 days, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get away from Nintendo's key cards. Somebody gifted it to me. A friend of mine gifted it to me because it was his father's, and his father passed away. So I didn't buy it, but I was gifted it 2 days, and I was like, right before, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finally be able to play my third-party games on a console. And no key cards. Get rid of this key card bullshit. And then they were like 2 days later. I was happy for 2 days. That's all I'll say. I was so happy for 2 days. Like, I have an unboxing video of it, and I don't even want to release it because I'm like, I'm gonna feel like a sellout, even though I never purchased the console. But it looks like, because the guy gave it to me with like in the box, so he gave it to me in the box that it came in and everything. So it looks like I received the brand new console, like I bought it, but I was gifted it 2 days. I received it before the announcement. I was so mad. I still have like it's sitting on my cutting room floor. The video. I'm so mad.
Well, you have no idea how long I looked at the fucking Switch 2 in its box, and I'm just like looking at it, and I'm just like, well, I'm an honest guy. I got to tell everybody. I don't want to. I sure don't want to. I could see fucking Prime and Player Essence fucking rubbing their hands together, just waiting for that fucking Switch 2 post. Juice Man Pod, they're all just going, "Oh yeah, baby!" Like they're waiting. I'm like, fuck. You have no idea what you've done to me, girl. But it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna take it back. Break. Okay.
Right.
Like, she didn't know. And now, again, it worked out. It ultimately worked out. But yeah, when I first got it, I'm just like, shit. Everybody's going to laugh at me now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't want to put out that video because I'm like, everybody's going to think I sold out. Like, oh, everybody's avoiding places.
Yeah, like, they're going to think I'm like a Mudahar guy. Like,
I was like, oh.
And that's what I was thinking to myself. I'm like, okay, so do I just tell everybody what happened, or do at some point, like, I slip and I'm like, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Wait a second. And I get Mudahar, where he had it in the fucking background when he was telling everybody to boycott the fucking system. And then in the video, there it is sitting on his desk in the back. Like, you fucking asshole. Let's see. Everybody, what's up, Lion Star? What's going on, Lion Star? Welcome in. Phil One Up says, I'm not an embarrassed. Phil, we all know you're not an embarrassed keycard hater. Everybody knows that. You are a proud keycard hater. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is the way, as the Mandalorian likes to say. I'm just temporarily embarrassed to hate on keycards because of how bad Sony is shit the bed. But again, that will fade rapidly. I'll be right back to keycard hating. I'm sure within the next month or so. And I will never, ever own one. Let's see.
Until your girlfriend gives you one.
If she gives me one, yeah, that would. Yeah, but yeah, she gave me the system, and she said, "Hey, I don't know what's good or bad. You're on your own for games, so I'm safe there."
Okay.
She's like, I know you wanted the system. I was like, thanks. Let's see. Game key cards are. I will say I would have been happy to stick with my Switch though. I would have been happy. I could have just had my Switch and there's still good. Rhythm Heaven just came out for Switch, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's still great shit coming out for Switch and the indies and like Mina the Hollower and so I could have been happy on Switch still, but
right.
Switch 2 is starting to come into its own. So game key cards are so stupid. Even the Blu-ray disc with no freaking data in them, like really, you're wasting a cartridge and a disc. It is e-waste, is what I like to call them. They're like little bits of e-waste. They had to put up with stupid crap. No, Lion Star, I agree, man. If you go back to before the Switch 2 launch, Phil was part of that. I had this giant. It was nearly 7 hours, and it was called the Switch 2 Burial Stream, where we just destroyed that system after it was first announced. Like, I went through that system, and I fucking dismantled that system, like, live. Like, all the game, Dust Blood's going to be live service trash, and fucking Mario Kart is this weird fucking 24-player cluster fuck. Like, this, I went there, you got to pay for a chat button. You got to, like, we went through it, and I'm just like, oh my God, the news was all bad back then. Like
it really, I mean, it's not that it's changed very much. I think it's just getting overshadowed by PlayStation's bad news now.
There's a good point to that. It's like, how much of this is that Nintendo is doing things right, and how much of it is that everybody else is just, instead of shooting themselves in the foot, they're shooting themselves in the fucking face. Like, so Nintendo is kind of like, congratulations, ? How's it feel to be King Turd on Shit Mountain? Because that's basically what you are right now. It's like, you're not great. Nobody fucking likes you. It's just that you are the least smelly of everybody in the room right now. Like, I guess be proud. Like, but it is the nature of human beings. It's the economist question, compared to what. So I also understand it. I'm guilty of it. It's like, hey, yeah, Nintendo compared to what? It's like, yeah, you suck, but everybody else sucks a whole lot more. But that's always been the case to me. I feel like Nintendo, it's always been the case. Like, now again, Nintendo has had their periods where they don't suck at all. Wii, Switch, they've had a lot of SNES, NES, 3DS. They've had some good periods, man. 3DS. I hear good things about the 3DS. I never had one, so I'm not going to shit.
No, the 3DS era, when the Wii U was having its downfall, the 3DS was holding up that. The 3DS was picking up the slack. Okay. My God, so good, so good.
Let's see here. And now we are about to get out there again because this industry sucks. Yeah, the industry. So we need games should survive. We need to kill the games industry with fire. We need to kill the games industry. We for the sake of games, the games industry has to go. Yeah, I got hate for talking about how much fun I had with Power World more than I have with Pokemon, and I got attacked, even quote tweeted. When you got quote tweeted by that fucking weirdo Pokemon guy, who has never played a minute of Power World but makes literally like 170 posts on Power World a day. There's some real weirdo behavior going on with that guy. If it's who I think you're talking about. So that guy's weird as hell. He's weird as hell, and he needs to go talk about games he plays instead of talking about games he doesn't play. Twitter's got a real problem with talking about video games they never fucking played. Now, you're going to tell me how good a game is or how bad a game is. You've never fucking played it, motherfucker. So maybe sit down and let the adults in the room who played the fucking game talk. Maybe do that. I don't want to hear about how Star Fox is a shitty game because you watched a cutscene on YouTube. Fuck off. Nobody cares. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about how Power World is a Pokemon knockoff when you've not played 5 fucking minutes of Power World, dude. I'm not even saying I'm interested in Power World that much. People tell me it's good, but play the fucking games.
Right, before you shit on them.
Yeah. Or otherwise, if you haven't played the game, the only thing I want to fucking hear out of you is I'm interested or I'm not interested, and here's why. I'm not going to accept a review from you if you haven't played the game. I'll accept I'm interested or not interested. And if we would all do that, and we would all start stuffing these fucking fake Twitter gamers in the lockers where they belong, like, they should be bullied. These people should be fucking bullied out of this.
I will say, what bothers me more is reviewers that review the game and never beat it. Because a lot of these games, I only do beat game reviews for that reason. Because a lot of these reviewers are playing like the first 5 hours and that's it. So the first 5 hours of most games are great. And then because they know that that's where the reviewers stop playing the game, the rest of the game is shit.
It's a great point.
I played so many games where I was like, oh, this is great. And then I was like, what the hell happened to this game? It was great. And I feel like because a lot of these fake reviews, play your game. Like I'm of the opinion, if you're going to tell me a game is great, you have to have beat it. Like you could say, oh, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be good. But don't tell me, oh, the game is great and you didn't even beat the fucking game. Sorry.
So disclosure is important. Disclosure is very important.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, if you're gonna have a fucking job reviewing games, tell me the following: did you pay for the game yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a customer? Did you pay for the game? I'm a customer. I'm a goddamn customer. So
Right.
if you're not paying for the video game, automatically you're not having the same emotional experience that I have.
Right.
You're not having the same experience. So did you pay for the game? Did you beat the game? How long did you play into the game? Was the game a gift? Like Luigi's Mansion 3. I disclose on that Luigi's Mansion 3 review, hey, I got this for Christmas. Now, why? Because that matters.
Right.
I have no sunk cost into that game. It matters. So the person, whether you take me seriously or not, I hope you do, but whether you take me seriously or not, something you need to know about that review is I paid $0 for that game. And that absolutely impacts the way I view that game, good or bad. I have nothing into that game as far as money. I just got to. Now, I still play through it. I still beat it. But I think people ought to know that I paid $0 for that particular game. It was a birthday gift.
I think, for me, if I get a review code, how you know that I really like the game is if I bought the game again. If I got it as a code, beat the game, and then you see it on my collection later on, it's because I like the game. Even though
100%. And that's the thing is, OJ's like that. So, Thunder Stash, OJ, I'm never going to question them because if you look on their shelf, they got a gigantic fucking game collection. So I know, if they get review codes, cool, but they're also buying the fucking games. They're absolutely buying those games too. Look at Thunderstash's wall. Look at Prime's wall. Look at not that Prime does review content, but these are absolutely gamers. But this IGN fuck off, no, you're a failed writer who couldn't make it to the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, and so you're writing a fucking video game. Don't fucking play with me. Too much water, guy. Fucking get out of here.
Too much water.
Get the fuck out. Too much water, guy.
Too much water.
Go pound that sand up your ass. Too much water, guy. Go play fucking sit and spin. Too much water, guy. We're not listening to the too much water guy. We're not listening to fucking Dean Takahashi can't get over the fucking tutorial jump in Cuphead. We're not listening to you motherfuckers. No. Sorry. I'm so sorry you couldn't make it to the New York Times editorial page. Sorry about that. Doesn't mean you need to stink up my fucking hobby with your bad writing. Anyway. No, I'll trust people like Stash, Player Essence, you, people I know play and buy fucking video games.
Right.
Let's see here. And disclose. All I ask is that you fucking disclose. And those big sites, they don't really disclose either.
No, they don't.
They don't say, hey, we didn't pay for any of this shit. I didn't pay for my system. I didn't pay for the game. I didn't pay for the office space. I'm sitting and playing the fucking game. I didn't pay for any of it.
I'm getting paid for it, though.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you. Yeah, they're not going to tell you any of that shit. At least YouTubers will fucking disclose, hey, I got the review code.
I got the review
way,
code.
And I can file that away. Oh, okay.
I always like to also put, like, on the bottom of, like, my reviews, how long it took me to beat. So, like, you'll see, like, on the bottom, like, all right, it took me 20 hours or more or 20 hours or less. Like, you'll always see that on the bottom because I feel like because that matters. That so matters. And I feel like a lot of people, sometimes I see people blazing through the game. I'm like, did you do any of the other things there were to, like, any of the other mechanics there were to do in this game?
Hey, if you want to scare the shit out of these journos, ask them for their fucking Steam page.
Nah.
Hey, tell me your Steam page. Let's see how long you spent on that fucking game. But yeah, you're gonna be like, yeah, I played a fucking Assassin's Creed game for 6 hours, nailed it. Like, it's fucking great. It's so fucking great. You spent 6 hours playing it, dude. Broseph. It's such a fucking great game. You fucking speed run through that bitch. You're fucking Speedy Gonzalez fucking roadrunner through that bitch. It's that fucking good, huh? You know, if a game is good, I don't want it to. The real fucking I don't want the game to be over if it's that fucking good. Like your true 10 out of 10, like, yeah, you don't want that to be over. Anyway, let's see. I fucking sat outside Gwyn Lord of Cinder's room in the kiln of the first flame. I sat outside that fucking room for probably 2 weeks. Just beating fucking Black Knights up. Because I didn't want that fucking game to end. Let's see here. What's up, guys? How's it going? Disparity, what's up, man? Welcome in, friend of the channel. Phil Collect says, if only Nintendo would do that for survival horror, where is my survival horror IP, Nintendo? Where? Give me what I want. Well, yeah, I would love to see Nintendo tackle survival horror. Yeah, the last time they did it was what? Eternal Darkness? I think.
I don't know. I feel like they're only to foray into like horror anything is that the Luigi's Mansion, and that's like very tame horror.
Right? Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. So in my review of Luigi's Mansion, the whole premise I come at from that game, because my reviews are weird. Okay, I don't really review a game as much as I explain to you what I was thinking about while I played the game.
People no.
So with Luigi's Mansion 3, I'm playing it, and the game is mechanically sound. Like I feel like some of that's boring. It's like the game is mechanically sound. I'll tell you about the mechanics, but it's mechanically sound. It's a good game. It looks gorgeous. The sound design is good. Like, it's all good. More interesting to me is my thought process. I'm playing this game. I'm like, this is a fucking haunted house in video game form. And what I mean by that is not like a typical horror game. Like, you could say that about any horror game, sure. But no, I mean mechanically. This game utilizes architectural pacing. This game utilizes, like, actors in the space. This is a fucking haunted house in game form.
Right.
And what I mean by that also is that haunted houses are built to trigger our fear response, but not be a real danger to us. So when you're in a haunted house, it triggers your fear response, but deep down, you know you're okay. You know the guy chasing you with the chainsaw is never going to catch you. So Luigi's Mansion is kind of that same thing, which is where it is spooky, quote unquote, but at the end of the day, you know you're going to be fine. You probably won't even fucking game over through the game. Like it's a ride. It's a literal haunted house ride. And I kind of go through my thought process on that. And so it's an exploration of how fear impacts us. Not only is it an exploration of that, but it's also an exploration of the fact that when you have Nintendo EPD, they were working on something else. They weren't able to make the new Luigi's Mansion game. And so Next Level Games had to step up to the plate, conquer their fear, and make a good Luigi's Mansion game. And they fucking did it. The game sold like 16 million copies. So it's the entire story of fear, how fear impacts humanity, how fear can be leveraged to thrill instead of terrify, and how Luigi's Mansion does all of that perfectly. That's the actual story I tell in that particular video.
Nice.
Now, what the fuck does that have to do with Luigi's Mansion 3? Well, I mean, the review's buried in there. You'll also hear about how good the game is. But I'm telling you a story, goddammit. Like, it's like, I'm not just repeating again. Let's see here. Phil says, there is platforming. I was watching Rush jump and move in different places. You got to unlock the multiplayer. It's definitely single-player focused, but it has multiplayer where you fight. Yeah, that you want to unlock the rating, and that gets unlocked pretty soon in, I think. Rush Dog says, Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time.
Blasphemy.
I like design elements of Majora's Mask in some ways better than Ocarina of Time. But Majora's Mask, I'll be real with you, Rush, it's also where a lot of the problems that plague Enuma Zelda really start to get bad. Well, no, the Water Temple's where it really started to get bad. But if you look at the Water Temple, and then you look at the fucking Great Bay Temple, I'll never forget almost quitting Majora's Mask because for the fourth time in a row, I had almost gotten through the fucking Great Bay Temple and had to rewind the fucking clock all the way back.
No.
That fucking temple was imagine a water temple, but you've got a time limit to beat it. That's what the Great Bay Temple was. Imagine a water temple that if you don't beat it in time, you have to restart the whole water temple.
That's crazy.
That's so I love the design in terms of the aesthetic, the dark feeling, the world building of Termina. I love all of that. Much more than I love the actual mechanics of the dungeon, etc. Let's see. But it's tough because here's the thing. I'm an aesthetics guy, so that also weighs heavily in how I do it. So, let's see. I'm talking about Raiders, by the way. Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah. And then Devin's Divine Cummings VTuber says Nintendo show with Kingdom Hearts 4 right before Ocarina of Time remake. I stopped carrying it straight to the internet. Should have been the other way around, but I get Zelda's their first party title. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Phil made a funny joke, which is like Elf Boy. What did he say? Unreal Asset Elf Boy number 12. When he was talking about that link that was like there. Man, it made me laugh. Like, it's not that bad, Philly. That made me laugh a lot. I did laugh. Because he does barely look like one. Let's see here. How dare you? Wind Waker is awesome, Phil says. No, it's not.
No.
Waker sucks. But here's the thing. If you like Wind Waker, more power to you. And I'm happy that you found a Zelda game that means as much to you as a game like Zelda 2 or Breath of the Wild or A Link to the Past means to me.
Right.
I do think there is room for Enuma Zelda and for classical Zelda. Enuma Zelda will sell 4 to 6 million copies. I mean, it's not nothing. You can absolutely make a Enuma Zelda game within budget and make a profit with those kind of numbers.
Right.
I just don't think it should be the primary focus. The primary focus needs to be classical Zelda. Let's see here. And then you got your Majora's Mask and your Ocarina of Time, which are kind of that weird in-between. That's why a lot of people like those in particular, those two games. Is it's kind of that in-between the Enuma era and the Miyamoto era. Let's see here. Phantom Hourglass is worse than Spirit Tracks. Now, Phantom Hourglass didn't end up in Palma Bins. Spirit Tracks did. So sales-wise, Spirit Tracks was worse. But Phantom Hourglass, I also hear is very bad.
It
and
was.
Here's the thing. It could be, I'm willing to say that it could be Phantom Hourglass's fault that Spirit Tracks ended up in the Bomba bin because it was the direct sequel. And oftentimes, games are punished. It's not the game. So everybody likes Zelda. And people are like, yeah, fuck it. I'll try Phantom Hourglass. And then it sucks and they don't buy the next one. So that could be what happened to Spirit Tracks, to be fair. Is Spirit Tracks could have gotten backlash from Phantom Hourglass. That could be.
I'm going to say the whole Toon Link's line sucked.
Toon Link.
Yeah, I could have done without that whole line.
On Zelda. I know I've mentioned that, but I want to say it again. You are a best opinion haver on Legend of Zelda. I like your opinion on Zelda. Anyway, fuck Toon Link. That Final Fantasy 1 trailer was weird as fuck. Laughed my ass off. Chaos. 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 Strangers in Paradise is amazing combat-wise. Koei Tecmo handled the combat, being able to slam around aggressively. Final Fantasy Monsters is crazy fun. Well, Phil, it sounds a lot to me like chaos. Let's see. It actually has a great story. It's the story chaotic. And the lore is pretty wild. Is it chaos? It definitely makes the original story of 1 make you go, what the fuck?
Right, for reals.
Let's see. What did I miss? Zoo 7, 8, and 9 is better than 6. Vigilante, have you played 6? Because if you fucking played 6, you would not be saying that right now. You're full of shit, man. You're absolutely full of shit.
Come back to us once you play 6.
Hold on. Let me go bullshit on myself. You're full of shit on 7. I don't know about 8 or 9. You could be right on 8 or 9. I haven't played
8 is worse than 7, so I couldn't tell you about 9 either. But
so what I need to know from you, though, have you played 7, 8, 9, and 6? Because if you haven't played all 4 of those, what are we talking about here, man? Am I going to have you on a Liquored Up Live and correct your ass? Let's see here. Because you know I will. Let's see here. Final Fantasy 13 is a corridor Transformers, the video games. Why are the summons Transformers? So weird. That whole fucking game is dumb and weird. And the cast sucks, and I want to punch him in their face. Seriously, they're awful. They're awful people. They're awful people, that cast.
Oh, no. Things to look forward to.
The Chicobo was cool, at least. What you mean Chocobo or Chicobo or Fat Choco? There's 50 different fucking Chocobos. That's the problem. So,
for us,
yes? Question mark. Let's see. Phil One Up Collect says, "Man, your friend's giving you expensive gifts." LOL. Can someone give me a Switch too, so I don't have to buy it myself?
He doesn't have any skin in the game either.
Right. This Barrett says they all need to be held accountable. Yeah, absolutely. These corporations are not your friends, guys.
No.
And I will say, even though I call myself Nintendo Gamer Gal, I am not above dragging Nintendo through the mud for half the shit they put their fans through.
Oh, I love doing it. I fucking love doing it.
Yeah, but I feel like not enough content creators you never hear the PlayStation heads that are gung-ho about PlayStation saying that this list shit is nonsense. You're not hearing that from the main streamers or the main YouTubers for that system, where I obviously called Nintendo Gamer Gal will say Nintendo's fucked for doing what they did to the Switch 2. I hate what they're doing. I hate the key card system. But you don't hear that. I feel like too many shows is what it is.
Well, and there's some of them are shills. Some of them are just really, 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 really passionate about Nintendo for whatever reason. But fuck, people have seen me, and again, Player Essence is the homie, but me and him have gone to war, man. On Twitter. People have seen it, the back and forth with me and him, as far as the early Switch 2 days, and I can admit when things are going in a good direction, and they're going in a decent direction now. But bro, that launch, no. There's no way to spin any of that as positive. I'm not going to be fucking Nintendo and just talk nonstop shit. But at the same time, like, there were problems with the Switch 2 launch that the Switch 1 did not have. Like,
Right.
I was on board the entire life of the Switch 1. I'm your Huckleberry, man. I'm there
Well, I will say I was not a fan of them bricking your systems just for not using their docks.
Did they do that on the Switch 1? They did do that. Okay, well, yeah, no, that's fucking wrong. That's
Yeah. So here's a story that I don't a lot of people don't know.
okay.
Whenever they do a firmware update, if you're not using in a at all like licensed third party stuff, and
Yeah.
you're using knockoff third party stuff, your system is like it's like 20% likely to get bricked.
Yeah,
20% likely.
I'm going to ask two questions that are the same question, but they really should be the same question. Isn't that illegal? And the second question is, shouldn't that be illegal?
It should be illegal. It should be illegal
And why isn't it illegal?
because apparently we signed away our rights as consumers, and unfortunately this is the politics of it all that I will not talk about too much, but they pay to play in the US
Yep.
of A. How's that?
Yep.
I'll just leave it like that.
No, I agree. I think that's what's happening too. Yeah, it's a shame because that should be illegal, guys. Like at the very least, like you should be able to buy a secondary dock that is not first party. And that pisses. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, because my daughter, they bricked her system, and she wasn't using a dock. She was just using. She couldn't find her plug, so she was using just a plug. And as soon as the firmware update, it fried her switch, it fried her dock, it fried every wire that was attached to it. It fried the hub for where the landline. I mean, where the HDMI port.
You can burn your fucking house down. Is what you're saying. Like,
I don't know that it like fried like it just black like we had to send the system in, and because I didn't realize that it fried the dock as well, we didn't send the dock in with the system, and then when we realized it, when we finally got it back.
Yeah,
we realized it didn't. The HDMI wasn't working because we didn't know what it was. We just knew that the switch wasn't turning on. It turns out it fried everything that was connected to it. So like we didn't send, and I didn't send the dock back, and they refused to fix the dock. They only fixed the switch because they were like, "Oh, you didn't send it in at time of service." We didn't know it was messed up at time of service. It's only when the switch came back to us did we realize, "Oh yeah, the dock is not working either." Like, oh, it was so annoying, and I've been like, not enough people are talking about that, and it's just a firmware update that they did, and all she didn't have any other third party thing, minus she was charging her switch with another plug. That was it. That's all she did. That's all she did.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'm gonna start looking into that because that's some bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Let's see here. The 3DS era definitely saved Nintendo, along with Reggie wanting the 3DS to be lower price than that Wii U at the time. 3DS is how I got introduced to a lot of Nintendo sales during 2002 and up. The other problem with people criticizing games that they've never played is also the fact that you ask them what games do they like. They start to stutter, lag out in real life. But yeah, Twitter gamers, man. Fucking Twitter gamers are something else. This is also the reason why I have an issue with IGN, because they release a video saying that even if a game is bad or mediocre, they will always give it an 8 out of 10 for the sake of the game gifting codes. Yep. I watched a video from someone from IGN reviewing Dragon Ball The Breakers, and they absolutely hated it. I checked the comments, and they gave it an 8 despite having so many negative critiques. Yeah. That sounds like IGN. Too much water. It says, I'll never stop saying too much water anytime I see IGN. That's an actual Pokemon review, by the way.
Yeah, I remember. Too
much water. Let's see. Anyone want to give me review codes? LOL. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. 10,000 noodles. Welcome in, man. Now I gotta watch the fucking Water Boy. Damn you! It's a great movie. Hey man, too much water. Pokemon should be better. Okay, yeah, disparity. I agree. Pokemon should be better, and Pokemon needs to do better. But what the fuck is too much water? First of all, too much water is a fucking opinion. This planet is 70% fucking ocean. What the fuck do you mean too much water, guys? Like, it's alternate Earth. Earth has a lot of fucking water too. Like, it's
I will say that I think too many people give all the newer Pokemon too much shit. I like the newer Pokemon games.
I have fun with them. I love Scarlet Violet. I had a blast. But some of that shit is crazy. I will say, like, I'm not like you ship a game like that. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but why?
Look, I feel like amongst all the companies, they're all. The thing is that we want Pokemon Company to be better than even some of these other AAA companies, and I'm like, we as a consumer base allowed them to ship them and then fix them later and not have a problem. So now that's their MO. So like, because we came from an era, at least I did, when your games were complete on cart when you got them. They had testers, they had all that stuff, and they're skipping all of that stuff. And now we're the testers, we're their beta testers. And then they fix it afterwards. And I think yes, we want our companies to do better, but Pokemon's not the only one doing it. And I feel like I mean, like I am a big Pokemon fan, so maybe that's where I'm coming from. But like, look at all the games that are coming out. All of them, if not almost all of them, minus the indie ones, need big updates, day one patches, game breaking glitches, right? To be able to function. So I'm like, yes, Pokemon do better, but also it's not just Pokemon, and I hate that people just shit on Pokemon. I'm like, yes, Pokemon do better, but also all the companies do better.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Because here's the thing. Like, yeah, did it ship running like a bag of assholes? Yeah, it did. But at least it ran. There are games literally that don't even fucking run on day one without a patch. Don't even run.
Like what happened with that other game that came out that they had to re-release it, the Yellow Box game. I forget what it is. That shooting game with Keanu Reeves in it.
Cyberpunk was fucking. Oh my god!
Look at how that game came out, and yes, we everybody likes.
To be fair, we drugged the shit out of that game. To be fair, we drugged the fuck out of that.
But even like Skyrim came out, from what I hear, I wasn't a Skyrim fan, but I heard Skyrim came out like that, and then
they all bad
along the way. So
I'm the biggest Morrowind fan in the world. It came out like that. All Bethesda games come out that way. They come out broken and unplayable.
Right. So it's not just Pokemon, and I feel like yes, all of them do better. Don't just like blame Pokemon Company. All of them do better. Not just Pokemon do better. All of them do better. And
I feel like that's a fair statement, because again, like Pokemon shipped a game, and did it run the greatest? No, but I did have fun with every minute of Scarlet Violet. Except for the weird fucking Go-Gurt mascot fucking asshole guy. Fuck that Pokemon. Fuck that Pokemon. Stupid looking motherfucker with a fucking move that hits 100. 100 fucking stab move that always hits. And he looks like the fucking Go-Gurt mascot. Fuck that guy. That is the stupidest fucking mon to ever fucking mon.
What's the name of this Pokemon? I don't know.
Golden Go. Golden Go-Gurt.
I don't think
and he's a fucking steel ghost type that hits with 100 fucking stab move that always hits. It's bullshit. And he looks fucking stupid. Yeah, anyway. We ain't listening to your Dark Souls is too hard. Why don't I have a golden trail armor pointed at me to go? I don't want to learn to play the game. The devs make me angry person. Yeah, the devs are, I mean, Dean Takahashi can't even make it over the fucking Cuphead wall. Like, there's a one of your, like, I watched a funny video on YouTube. It was side by side. A guy had his 6-year-old daughter playing Cuphead. And then Dean Takahashi, professional game reviewer, was playing Cuphead side by side. And his daughter literally got over the wall like a whole 40 seconds before Dean did. Like, these people aren't gamers, man. Let's see. What's up? Been tired, but otherwise. And then they're stupid enough to put that fucking footage out there. Maybe don't put that out. Maybe don't put that out. Maybe don't put that in your review footage. That you can't get over the tutorial jump wall. What's up? Been tired, but dude, this month can go to hell, Disparity. I am ready for this month to go away. This has been an exhausting month. My fucking refrigerator went out. Had to get a brand new fridge and lost about $800 worth of groceries. That happened. Work has just exploded as far as business. Oh, I'm ready, man. I got vacation at the end of next month, and I can't wait. I like how Luigi's Mansion games have the same atmosphere / lower as Dark Souls game, whereas Mario, it's all happy-go-lucky, while Luigi's fighting real demons with real problems. I love how Luigi's Mansion gives Luigi an actual gameplay identity all his own. I love it when Nintendo takes side characters and gives them a distinctive gameplay identity. They're working on it with Peach Showtime. I hope they carve that up a little. I hope they improve on that. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is the most Yoshi's Island game I've played since Yoshi's Island. And I can't wait to get to that review because that's a take I don't think a lot of people have. And I look forward to explaining what I mean by that. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, we've got Yoshi, Peach. You know who we're missing? Bowser. We need a Bowser game with Bowser getting his own gameplay identity. Figure out something interesting for Bowser.
Didn't Bowser have? I didn't play it, so I can't speak on it. Didn't Bowser have the Bowser Inside Story game? Wasn't that him having his own identity in that game? I didn't play it, so I'm just.
Inside. So Bowser, that's an RPG though, so it's technically one of the RPG games. What I mean is figure out. So Luigi, they put Luigi in like a haunted house game. Mm-hmm. So it's like a haunted house simulator. Yoshi has a slower paced collectathon exploration vibe. 3D Mario is 3D Mario. 2D Mario is 2D Mario. It's that tactile action platformer. Fast-paced action platformer. Mm-hmm. I would like to... Toad basically is a homage to Super Mario Brothers 2. You should play Captain Toad if you haven't.
I haven't.
It is as close as we will ever get to Super Mario Brothers 2 again.
Okay.
Think about it. Toad in Super Mario Brothers 2 was a little guy who couldn't jump high, but he was extremely strong and he could throw the vegetables very well.
Right.
In Captain Toad, he can't jump because of his backpack. He has to navigate through the dioramas without jumping, and he does this by avoiding enemies and by picking up vegetables and tossing them in the faces of shy guys. Does that sound familiar?
Nice.
It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. It also has a verticality to it, just like Mario. Anyway, I love Captain Toad. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. More unique gameplay identities for Mario characters, besides platformer. Let's see. The Unreal Engine of Time generic Elf Boy pre-made asset number 365, Phil said. That was what was actually in this video. That's the actual thing. Yeah, the Unreal Engine of Time, generic Elf Boy pre-made asset number 365. That's what Phil said about that fucking game. Remember what you said, Zoo. If you didn't play and beat it, you can't say it's a bad game, right? So I guess you got to eat credit. No, buddy, that's where you're wrong. I beat Wind Waker. I did beat Wind Waker. I absolutely did beat Wind Waker. Yes, I've beaten the whole game. The Zelda games, the only mainline Zelda game I have not suffered through when it comes to the Enuma games is Skyward Sword. It's the only one I haven't suffered.
Skyward Sword isn't that bad though.
No, it's not.
It's not.
That's terrible.
It's better than, I will say, it's better than the freaking Link's Awakening. So if you could get the Link's Awakening,
come on. Link's Awakening has the Windfish, and it's got fucking Mario Chain Chomp guys, and it's weird. It's got a kind of fruity weirdness to it, right?
I mean, but so does you have the whole I can hit movement thing if you
So the
wanted
combat
to.
system is really cool in there. The sword play is really fucking cool in that game. And again, I can always find things to appreciate in the game. I love it, but the premise is weird. I call that game like the Legend of Principal's Daughter is what I call that game, because Zelda is the principal's daughter in that fucking game. And the principal has a gigantic regal unibrow. I call him Regal Unibrow. The fucking villain has white lip gloss, so he is named White Lip Gloss. The bully has a red pompadour, so I just call him Red Pompadour. There's a snot bubble snot wad guy. There's a guy cutting bamboo with a big muscle arm and like a little weenie arm. Like, there's all these fucking weird characters. If I can, there's a belly shirt clown, or is that Twilight Princess has the belly shirt clown. Like, if I can literally name you based off your weird fucking character trait, like, you're a garbage character.
Oh no!
Like,
I don't know. I think I will say that the repeatingness of some parts of it is annoying, but it's not a long game. It's pretty short in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it's more than 20 hours to beat. You only have to suffer through 20 hours of the game.
I need to give it, and again, maybe I need to give it a try. Nishquick swears by it, and Nishquick is good home. He's good people.
Mm-hmm.
Man, why does he have white lip gloss on?
I have no idea.
Why is our villain white lip gloss? Why the fuck is Zelda a fucking principal's daughter? Why is she a fucking brat that nearly shoves me off the fucking ledge and kills me? Like, what a fucking little brat. Like, I'm supposed to try to want to save this bitch? Like, she tried to kill me in the first fucking 20 minutes of the game. She shoved my ass off the fucking ledge.
Because she knew your bird was going to save you is all.
Well, she has a lot of confidence in that dopey-looking fucking thing.
Well, she knows the birds.
Okay, well, maybe... Someday, I'll give it a try.
You got this. It's not so long. Look, you can beat it.
It's not a long game. Yeah. And the sword play is cool. I did enjoy the fight with White Lip Gloss with the sword, where he's like one-handing you and he's like blocking you with his hand and shit.
Right.
Like, yeah, that sword fight with the White Lip Gloss was pretty cool. I will say that. Let's see here. But yeah, I did beat Wind Waker, and that's why when we talked, Phil, long ago, like 3 years ago, when we had our first conversation, I told you, I appreciate things about Wind Waker. I think the combat system is interesting, even though they don't fucking do anything with it. I think that Ganon is the most interesting version of Ganon throughout the whole series. I think I get the tired, like, I'm just tired and I want this to be over, Ganon, because he's had to live through all of these cycles. It's the same fucking Ganondorf, and he's just fucking tired at this point. I think
done with this.
It's cool. there are really cool things about Wind Waker, but it also has too much water. Yes, Bill. That game does have too much water and boring ass sailing, and a combat system where I can go and slap a fucking sandwich together in my kitchen, come back, and the fucking Bokoblin still hasn't fucking killed me in his fucking Speedo. Like,
oh no!
Like, all this weird Anuma shit. Like, this is supposed to be a dark fantasy game. Like, why do you put all this weird fucking shit in your games? Why do we have to have fucking fairy man children tingle weirdo? Why do we have to have belly shirt clowns and regal unibrows and snot wads? And why do we have evil babies that fucking send me to get a fish, to give to a cat, to get a fucking hose so I can clean a lady's house? Like, motherfucker, I got shit to do. I'm the hero of fucking time. I'm the goddamn hero of time. I got shit to do besides do the chores for the feckless, contemptible fucking citizens of Hyrule. They deserve Ganon. Is there an option to leave them to fucking the king of... Fuck these people.
Oh, no.
That's all I got to say about that. Anyway. No, I haven't played 6. I played the other... So you haven't played... Yeah, you were definitely in trolling mode tonight. We'll get to that later, mister. Yeah, you got to play 6. Got to play 6. But I hear you, man. Sometimes trolling's a good time, and you are trolling the shit out of Phil down here.
No.
Let's see here. You're wrong about 8. It's an amazing game and story. People just hate on it because the Guardian Force GF and Magic Junction system. So I'll let her answer that.
I will say, look, I beat the game before being part of before I was part of the internet fandom, and that was my opinion of it then. So I didn't hate on it because of anybody telling me to hate on the game. And I don't hate the game. I didn't say I hated it. I just said it's not as good as 7 and 6. That's all I said. I didn't say I hated it.
So here's my understanding, and tell me if I'm right on it. I, again, haven't played 8. My understanding is that the junction system, they tried something different. And the problem with the junction system, as I hear about it, is the fact that in order to boost your stats, which is what junctioning does, you have to basically take really strong magical spells and junction those to your stats with your Guardian Force or whatever. Now, by doing this, you basically render the magic system useless because it's much better to just increase your stats by junctioning different spells. Like you draw 100 of a spell, and you junction the 100 of that spell to whatever your GF is. And so you can get just cracked powerful right off the bat. And then there's no fucking reason to use magic spells because every time you use a magic spell, you're weakening your character's stats at that point.
So I will say I have no idea what you're talking about because I just used the magic.
Okay. So you played the game. Okay, different. Well, that's cool though. That's really so. You didn't junction. You didn't stat boost with junction.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I just played the game with magic.
Okay. Well, then you probably don't have that problem then. So maybe it's not a problem at all. Maybe it's a problem that we've made because we've decided to crack the game because gamers can't help themselves. Maybe we should just play the fucking game like a normal person, like I try to do with Morrowind, and maybe it turns out okay.
Yeah, I just played the game. I don't know what you two guys are talking about with the systems.
Right. Well, again, that's me being a fucking total dork digging into the mechanics of the shit. Like, sometimes you just got to tell me, shut up, nerd.
No.
Phil, you can afford a Switch too. We all know you're rich. So there's the trolling I was talking about. And then Phil says, welcome to the small circle, NG. I am also one of the rare people who likes video games no matter the platform and will check them on their BS. I've had many a rant on my channel. Oh, well, I'm passionate. Yeah, Phil, we love your rants, man. They're fucking awesome. Then Phil says, angry, I don't know where on earth you keep getting the fact that I'm rich, but I'm far from rich. It's a strange opinion. I'd love to know why you think that. He's just trolling. The same reason why he told me that Final Fantasy VI is a worse game than Final Fantasy VII, which is not true. Yep, NG is right to go back and check old game manuals. Game testers had a spot in it now. We pay to be the tester. Yeah, they don't pay anybody to test games anymore. That's obvious. Let's see here. My issue with Pokemon is each game has no real heart in it. They stop trying because they know it prints money. Sue will tell you they look the same or worse as they go along. Picks, bids, don't lie. So there is the thing where if you look at the newest game, Wind Waves, and you compare it to Scarlet Violet, there is almost no graphical difference. But that's a big stretch from saying the games have no heart. I don't agree with that.
No.
I agree that they should try harder, but I also every Pokemon game has amazing Pokemon that I fucking fall in love with. So you've got like Dragapult, you've got like Excalibur, you've got Tinkatron, which is like a fairy steel type that is very well balanced actually. Like she hits like a fucking truck, but at the same time her stats are not that great. So she's got great typing. She's got an incredible fucking attack, special attack, but the stats aren't there. So you have to play her right. And that's the kind of mods I love when they do shit like that, you know? Disparity says, wow, I feel that about, it's been a bad month. It's not been the greatest. Phillips, we need Bowser to be the anti-hero where he's the only one left to save the Mushroom Kingdom by doing what he does best, being bad to the bone. Well, that's a start, but I'm talking mechanically what do we do with Bowser? We need some kind of, maybe a strategy game, maybe an RTS where Bowser commands Koopa troops or some shit. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that. That doesn't feel like Bowser. Like Peach Showtime feels like Peach. Captain Toad feels like Toad. Luigi feels like Luigi in Luigi's Mansion. I need a fucking gameplay identity that feels like Bowser. I don't know. I'll have to give that some thought. I would love to crack that. Y'all just hate Water Zoo, and NG Wind Waker has too much water. 6 out of 10. That's one of many problems that Wind Waker has.
I think for me, coming from Arcana of Time and Majora's Mask, I felt like graphically it looked like shit. This is before, like I said, again, this is me talking about gaming before I was on the internet. Like, yeah. I just know that I went from really nice, and I'm not a graphics person either. I'm not. I can rarely tell the difference between graphics and stuff. Sure. I just know that when I was playing Arcana of Time and Majora's Mask, Link felt real, and then we went to Cartoon Link. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? I think that's what it was for me. Like,
so you are one of the people who doesn't like the art style, actually.
At all. I tried to play the game.
I've always said it, and so I love that you're on the show, because one of the things I say, I don't like Toon Link either, but it's not because he's Toon Link. It's because Toon Link comes with baggage. When I see Toon Link, I know I'm getting an Enuma Zelda game. Mm-hmm. I know I'm getting a Puzzelda instead of a Zelda. I'm getting Puzzelda. I don't like Puzzelda as much. Every time I see fucking Toon Link, I'm like, oh boy, here we fucking go. But the art style itself, I feel like the world, aside from Toon Link, because I agree with you there, I think the art style has actually aged pretty well. You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know. I felt like the world felt more real in Majora's Mask and and Arcana of Time, whereas like I don't want to feel like I went from a world that felt real to being in a cartoon.
I can understand that. So Ocarina of Time, one of the things that Ocarina of Time in particular did so fucking well is I feel like it absolutely cemented the classical Zelda aesthetic. If you look at the instruction manuals of Zelda 2, A Link to the Past, they've got a really mythical, almost mythical art style in those manuals, the way they draw it. It is definitely like dark Western fantasy, right? And then I feel like what Ocarina of Time did really effectively is it took that aesthetic and it brought it into 3D successfully. Mm-hmm. I think it did a great job of that. And so I feel you. I do feel you on that, going from that. Because what happened is, and I think what a lot of people were complaining about is, we went from dark Western fantasy to like a Japanese parade, for lack of a better term. Like all of a sudden everything is cartoonish and it's cutesy and it's weird and there's belly shirt clowns and fairy man children drawing math. And it's like, this is not the dark Western fantasy that Zelda has been grounded in. Link to the Past was Nintendo's take on Sword in the Stone. Zelda 2 was Nintendo's take on Sleeping Beauty. Zelda 1 was a hero's journey. Like the Sword of the Stone elements in Ocarina of Time. And that, I think a lot of people saw that was completely abandoned in favor of a direction that was very, 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 very Japanese.
Yeah.
That's not the aesthetic of Zelda. Zelda is Knight in Celtic Wonderland. That's what Zelda is.
He should be anyway.
Get too weird, the Knight in Celtic Wonderland kind of goes away.
Right.
Like, anyway, I think that's what a lot of people are speaking to with that. But again, I do like the cell shade. What I would love to see is a dark fantasy cell shade. I mean, like, you can have cell shading grounded in dark fantasy.
Right.
That would be an interesting feature. They just won't do it. They sort of did it with Breath of the Wild, I guess. They kind of did it with Breath of the Wild. So it shows you can. Rush Dog says, have you beat Tears of the Kingdom? Ooh, that's a good observation. I have not. I have not beaten Tears of the Kingdom. That is a good observation. I don't like what I played of it so far, but I have not beaten it. So disclosure again important. That isn't a Numa Zelda. Yeah, kinda. I mean, isn't it the third guy? Isn't the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom games? Isn't there a new guy? Doesn't Numa just oversee when he's not wearing a hoodie with a fucking suit jacket?
Mm.
Of Wind Waker. I want to switch. There it goes. The Wii U version of Wind Waker fixes most of the original problems. I've been told that. Yeah, I've been told that. Too bad I don't have a Wii U.
I do.
Let's see. Why does it trigger you so much, Zoo? LOL, you get mad at the silliest things. I do. But they are uniquely my silly things to be worried about. So, yeah, I agree. I get way... At the end of the day, I get way too upset about a fucking video game here. But that's why we're here, right? That's why instead of just being normal people and playing the games and not talking about it, that's why we have YouTube channels and we're not normal people. We're fucking freaks that get online and share our game opinions, right? So I'm far from the only person guilty of that would be my response. Let's see here. I would say 8 has the better story and world building than 7. The characters are that's not hard. The characters are better written, but I love both equally. 7 is like an anime FF game, while 8 is the more adult, serious romance story. Gotta tell you, man, I know a little bit about 8, and I agree with you on 7, but I don't see where 8 is much more adult. 8 seems love story, sure. There's some guy that has like a fucking blonde haired chicken mohawk, backflips martial arts guy with a fucking face tattoo that says he lives from Trailer Park Boys. Like, is that the game where one boss literally roars ketchup and tomato at you? I think it is. Like, I don't know, man.
It's been so long, I couldn't tell you.
Right, let's see here. But at the same time, like, again, haven't played it yet, so I'm almost finished with 7, and then 8's my next one. So I look forward to seeing for myself. Phil says maybe a Bowser game where he just destroys. Now, there's a great idea. So maybe like Rampage. You remember the Rampage games where you're like the werewolf or the gorilla or the lizard, and you would like beat the shit out of buildings and stomp on like fucking tanks and shit? Maybe a game like that for Bowser, just like a Godzilla destroy all.
Godzilla, exactly. I was about to say
that would
Godzilla
be
kind of
cool as hell, Phil. Yeah. I think you got it, homie. Yeah. Somebody give this guy a job. Like, fuck yeah. Wow, that's a bold statement. Cell shading actually holds up so much. Oh, that's what I was saying, Phil. I do think that I think over time, cell shading is impacted less in the graphics department than your standard graphics. But I would like to see kind of a fusion of what I'm getting at. Phil says, my first Zelda was Wind Waker, so I may have felt the same had I started. Yeah, now that is legit. You always remember your first, man, and never be ashamed of that. Like, yeah, if that's your first Zelda game, that's going to hit different. That is absolutely going to hit differently.
It was not mine.
If I started with a different game, but I loved a world that had fallen to darkness and no hero of time to say, see, I also love that about Zelda worlds. The hump of Wind Waker and some other aspects, it was hard for me. But you're right, like the flooded world and Ganon being like, there's some cool stuff there. There's some really cool stuff there, for sure. The villain is not the white lip gloss. That is also cool. Let's see here. Zoo Hush, you've not played 8. You're right, and so I shall. That is fair. And then Phil One Up Collect says, "Someone please do as far as hire him." Yeah, for the Bowser game, like, yeah, let Phil direct that shit. I want to see a Phil One Up directed Bowser destroy all mushrooms. I need to see that. That would be cool as hell. Alrighty, so that does the super chats. We are going on 11 o'clock. We do have one more work day to burn through. So I think that'll call it for the standard section. I've been asking you questions. Did you have any questions for me before we signed off here?
I mean, I don't know your background in gaming, so I haven't like tuned into a lot of the podcasts. So where I know you said you started on the Super Nintendo. What were the first like maybe 5? What were your top 5 games on the Super Nintendo?
Well, top 5 games on the Super. That's a great fucking question. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Trigger. Super Mario World.
Okay.
Zelda: A Link to the Past.
There you go.
Oh my god. The 5th one's always the hardest. It's always the fucking hardest. I'm gonna say Super Metroid. But there's a million other games I could slot in there. I could slot in Terra Enigma. I could slot in NBA Jam Tournament Edition. I could slot in Rock and Roll Racing is amazing on the Super Nintendo. That system was my jam. I Final Fantasy VI I could slot in. But I gotta go with my big Chrono Trigger, Street Fighter 2, Turbo Fighting, Mario World, Zelda: Link to the Past, Super Metroid.
I'm shocked that Final Fantasy VI did not make your top.
It's super close. It's always
so
like
shocked.
I gotta tell you, it's always inches. It's inches between it and Chrono Trigger.
I will say I've never played Chrono Trigger.
It's just a little, and I mean by inches. It's just a little better, but not by much. And I would absolutely hear you out after playing both if you thought 6 was a better game. I would absolutely hear there's a case.
So I don't have the original Super Nintendo version. I do have the PlayStation version, but I hear it's not the best version to play. So I don't know if I should wait to see if I could get I think they had the DS. I don't know if I should try to find a DS copy and play it that way or just play the PlayStation version. I guess that would be a question for anybody who's played every version.
So the main thing that's going to hit you on Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation is going to be the load times. So that could have an impact on your verdict. If you're playing Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo, there's no load times. If you're playing Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation, there's load times. So you would have to make an adjustment for your verdict.
Load times don't bother me as much as they only because I grew up with them.
Yeah.
So they don't bother me as much as most people do because I'm used to I'm a patient gamer, not like a minute long load times.
Right.
I'm patient. I can wait. I mean, I grew up like that. It's not fun, but I'm not like, oh, my games need to load this second now. I can wait a sec.
Right. So Phil One Up Collect's got some more comments coming in. I think HD version may have fixed the boat sailing. Yeah. A lot of my issues with Wind Waker were fixed in the Wii U version, is my understanding. The fucking Garbo Triforce Quest, like, yeah, there's some shit in that game. The Chrono series is a short series. Nintendo Gamer Gal Restalk says only 3 games and are not that long. Yeah, and really the essential is Chrono Trigger. That's the real essential.
Yeah, because they have Chrono Trigger, the part 2, and then there was that book one, the visual novel one, right?
The Radical Dreamers. Yep, Radical Dreamers, which is the visual novel, which was Japan only for the longest time. And then there's Chrono Cross. And the joke that I hear a lot of people say is to play Chrono Trigger and then listen to the Chrono Cross soundtrack. That's always the joke.
No.
That's what people tell you all the time. It's like, well, yeah, play Chrono Trigger all the way through and then listen to Chrono Cross's soundtrack. You're good. Because that game, I need to beat Chrono Cross still, but that game has its problems for sure. That fucking Hi-Ho tank boss. Fuck the Hi-Ho tank. God, fuck that boss. That boss can go to hell. Hate that fucking boss. It's a weird boss, man. Let's see. Chrono Trigger is legendary. Phil says, yeah, it's that damn good. Also, I think Chrono Trigger is a lot better. See, I don't see it, Rush. When you come on, we're gonna have to have that discussion. I don't see it as being a lot better. I think it is. I think you would have to take the fucking, the horse race where they have to take the picture as they cross. I think you got to take the picture on the finish. I think it's that close. But I absolutely adore the shit out of Final Fantasy VI. OJ from Player Essence will tell you all day long that I'm wrong, and Chrono Trigger is 2.5 times what fucking Final Fantasy VI will tell you. So I will hear the case for Final Fantasy VI. I will hear the case for Chrono Trigger. I think it is a fucking miracle that the same company on the same hardware generation gave us both games within a couple years of each other. That is fucking crazy to this day to me. We got those games within like 2 years of each other, guys.
Yeah, I think they on the collection they put them on the same PlayStation. Yeah, because I have the
anthology, right?
Yeah, I have the anthology collection. Exactly. That's the only reason I have Chrono Trigger, because I didn't even know about Chrono Trigger in the Super Nintendo day, and I was like, for a while, I was trying to collect all the Final Fantasies. I mean, not for a while. I am still trying to collect all the Final Fantasies, but back then I was even collecting them, and I was like, I don't know what this other game is, but I just need my Final Fantasy VI.
No, that's you need to play. So, if you hear nothing else I say today, you need to play Chrono Trigger at some point in your life. You have to do it. It's so fucking good. That is a top 20 game for me. That's the top 20. Easy top 20, maybe top 10. Maybe. But also, to be fair, Final Fantasy VI is on that top 20 too. So it's hard.
Final Fantasy is on my top 5.
It's good. We need Chrono Trigger to come out again. Yeah, well, talk to Square Enix. They're cunts, though. So good luck. Good luck with that. It'll be on a fucking game key card.
I was about to say, if it comes out, it's going to be on a stupid fucking key card.
So, yeah. Those people are stupid. Chrono Cross is an amazing game. Just don't go expecting it to really be a sequel to Trigger. I've heard that, too, yeah. Like, it definitely has its fans. Again, do you have a strategy for the hi-ho tank, Phil? Because that's where I'm stuck at. The motherfucker turns the whole fucking combat field green and just obliterates you. Like, he's a piece of shit. Yet Square Enix can't be bothered to do that now. They can't even give you a map or a manual. Well, nobody can do that anymore.
For real.
Boxing where Square Enix can give you a key card. Yep, that's all that's all you get is a key card. All right, so any other questions for me?
No, I think that's good.
Well, all righty. Well, yeah, nearly 3 hours. That's about how these go. So I suppose given that, I've got one last question for you.
Okay, I'm all ears.
All right, Nintendo Gamer Gal?
Uh-huh.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Excellent. We'll have to have you back on.
Okay.
For sure. But, also, I'll send you a Discord link. Welcome to the bar. I'm going to send you a Discord link when we get done here, and you will have access to the bar, which we have a hell of a clientele in that bar by now. You're gonna enjoy yourself there, I think. So,
is it like the John Wick bar? Is it nobody's gonna go after each other, right?
No, yeah, it's a thing. It is absolutely safe. So to answer the question, because that's very funny, there is one rule in Outer Heavens bar. There's one rule. The rule is don't be an asshole. And I feel like that's people have this huge rules in their Discord servers. My rule is don't be an asshole. That encompasses a lot of stuff. It also encompasses very little. The rule of thumb is just like in a real bar. If you wouldn't say something, if saying something would get you punched in the face, don't say it. Let it go. Don't say it. That's the one rule. So the one I'm an anarchist by name. That's my philosophy. I'm a structural anarchist, and that is not a misnomer. David Graeber, if you ever read, fantastic author. And so, one of the things about anarchy is that it is possible to have structure without having law. So I try, as the bartender, I try really, really hard not to have structure, but not to have law. And what that
Right.
means is I'm going to let people say whatever the fuck they want to say in there. And if you say something stupid, if you are in, and again, I could put out a list of rules. Don't be racist. Don't be sexist.
Right.
Don't scream profanities at people. Basically, don't be a dumb drunk, and you won't get the bouncer beating your ass and throwing you out of the park. That's all I ask. So
Perfect.
that's the rules. And I've only thrown out 2 people, and one literally got reinstated because he's like, "Yeah, you're right. I was dumb there," and I let him back in, and he's been great ever since.
He learned his lesson. Drink a little more water next time.
I think you've had enough. But, to be fair, that might be my fault. I'm the digital bartender. I could have cut him off. But I think you've had enough of this. It's like I feel like Peter Griffin with his bar at the center of the world. It's like, yeah, we don't get many of you molten rock men in here. It's like, yeah, well, at these prices, I'm not surprised. That's it, buddy. You are out of here. Like, it feels kind of like that, but I don't know. I'm really drunk now. So, alrighty. Well, she had fun, guys. So I guess we'll end it there. Before we end it, tell them one last time. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. Eye Patch Wolf gets in my ass all the time. I'm supposed to do the YouTube thing. So we are, what did he tell me to say? We are on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you've lasted this long, you probably would like the channel. So I don't know. Subscribe. Or don't. I don't give a shit. But if you want to subscribe to it, might have fun. Ring the star bell, whatever. Do the hype man. I think it's called the hype man. Do the hype man for the video. Make sure you hype man it. Did I get that right? I don't know. I don't care. And tell them where you're at, Nintendo Gamer Gal.
So you can find me on Twitter and YouTube under @NGamerGal. And thanks so much for having me at the bar. I will say I tried both. Hold on. I tried both this one and this one. I tried the Bacardi and I tried no, I do not. This one though.
Malibu is the best coconut rum. You have the best coconut rum right there. It is Malibu. I
will say the Bacardi did clear out the sinus. It did clear out the sinuses
well, that's just pure gasoline. Yeah, that's just pure gasoline. Comparison. Hey, another one to try, Hypnotic.
Hypnotic, okay.
Hypnotic is good. It's very sweet, but it's very good. Hypnotic. With a Q. Hypnotic.
I'll look into it the next time if you have me back on.
That's not the sound a Q makes. I tried. All right, later, guys. Thanks for the stream. Night All Rush Dog said. Rush Dog, thanks for coming in, brother. All right, we're going to end it now. So I love you guys. Have a great night. Get the fuck out of here. Go enjoy the rest of your night. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? 1 o'clock at night. Get out of here.